The presentation of us is provided by members of the Tampa Police Honor Guard. And now, we will take the man under the direction of Julia Kaczynski in the play number national.
Nice job by the Florida Pep Band. Colors presented by the Tampa Police Department. Honor Guard now leaving the floor. Boogie Flan will start at a guard for the Gators. 6'3" sophomore from the Bronx, New York, averaging 12 points, 3 assists. Xavier Lee at the other guard, 6'4" senior from Toronto, Canada, 12 points, 4 rebounds. Ruben Chanulo, one of their outstanding board men, 6'10", 265. Washington State a year ago. He's at Florida now, averaging 12 rebounds to go with his 11 points. Thomas Hauk will be at a forward, 6'9" junior from New Oxford, Pennsylvania. He's averaging 17 points and 6 boards. Alex Condon, the 6'11" junior from Perth, Australia, averages 15 points, 8 rebounds, 4 assists. Florida will play an 8-man rotation. They're headed up, of course, by third-year head coach Todd Golden, who led them to a national championship a year ago. We're back with the Iowa lineups in just a minute. For now, this has been the T-Mobile Countdown to Tip-Off. We're back with the start of Iowa and Florida after this. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
You power your day with passion and purpose. It's the same for Alliant Energy. We're modernizing the grid, blending new, renewable, and traditional energy sources to meet growing demand safely and reliably. We're rising to the challenge to meet your energy needs today and for generations to come. Visit AlliantEnergy.com/poweringbeyond to learn more.
Midwest One believed in us and gave us the money to get started, and it was great.
We're talking with Jack Piper of Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack.
In 2005, they were there when we opened Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack. They've been there every step of the way with funding and great feedback on how to expand our brand. Midwest One Bank has been great, and with the recent uncertain times, we got through it, thanks to Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank. Simply better banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Go for 0.99% financing at your local Honda dealer during the Honda Spring event. Go for all Hondas in stock and on sale. Cars, trucks, vans, and SUVs. Save thousands with 0.99% APR financing on 2026 Prologues. Search your local Honda dealer today.
See dealer for financing details. Financing on credit approval offer ends 3/31/26.
You're a Hawkeye. You named your dog Kinnick and your cat Herky. Your morning alarm is back in black. Yep, you're a Hawkeye. And now it pays to be a Hawkeye with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice Credit Union. Low fees and great perks, plus Iowa exclusives like your choice of a Hawkeye-powered Visa debit card, Iowa merchandise, and exclusive giveaways. You've spent more time at Finkbine than you have at your office, so we know you're a Hawkeye. Now make it pay with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice. Learn more at hawkeyeaccount.com.
Unwind in style at Riverside Casino and Golf Resort, where luxury and excitement come together. Tee off on a world-class golf course, savor gourmet dining, and enjoy premier entertainment and amenities that are second to none. Feeling lucky? Hit the slots or try your hand at our table games. There's always action on the floor. Whether you're here to relax, play, or indulge, Riverside offers more than just a getaway. It's an unforgettable experience. Visit Riverside Casino and Resort.com to learn more.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
This has been the T-Mobile Countdown to Tip-Off. T-Mobile, Hawkeye Nation, you're now on America's largest 5G network. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. Better together. On the Hawkeye Sports Network from Learfield, Hawkeye Basketball is brought to you by Shelter Insurance. The ball is in your court. Visit shelterinsurance.com to find an agent who can help you with your auto, home, and life insurance needs. Your Iowa John Deere dealers, proud sponsors of Hawkeye football. Hy-Vee, where there's a helpful smile in every aisle. By your local Ford dealers. And by Mid-American Energy. Mid-American Energy is proud to deliver affordable, reliable energy to you all season long. It's game time. Live from Tampa, Florida, the Hawkeyes, the Gators. This is the NCAA tournament. You're listening to healthy coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark for coverage you can count on. Find your plan at wellmark.com. Now let's join Gary Dolphin and Bobby Hansen for the Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield first half.
Welcome back to the NCAA Regional South Division, Iowa and top seed Florida, the Hawks the 9 seed. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification as we go around the Iowa Hawkeye Radio Network. You're listening to Hawkeye Basketball. Now they're revved up in Van Horn and Van Meter, Ventura and Villisca. Victor and Vinton tuned into the Hawkeye Radio Network. We thank you all for your participation and listenership tonight on our 55-station strong Iowa Hawkeye Radio Network, where we give you now the Hawks lineup. Iowa 22-12 on the year, finished 10-10 in the Big Ten. Hawks are averaging 75 points, giving up 65. Ben McCullum, what a job he has done in his first year. Undersized against most lineups that they've faced, but they have fought, and it starts with Cam Manyow. 10 rebounds the other night, 4 of those offensive. We need that kind of effort from Cam off the glass. Again, the 6'9", 250-pound junior from Kansas City is averaging 7 points, now 5 rebounds. Tavion Banks at the forward. 6'7", 215-pound senior from Kansas City. Another former Drake Bulldog. Averages 11 points, 5 boards. Cooper Koch scoring 8 a game with 3 rebounds. 40% shooter from 3, and 44% from the field. Cooper out of Peoria, Illinois, Metamora Township. Cale Combs at a guard. 6'4" junior from Nixa, Missouri. 6 points, 3 rebounds. Nice effort by him. His floor game was spectacular the other night with 15 points. Hit his first 3 shots, Bobby. That's always critical.
Yeah, absolutely it is. And it's absolutely critical that we get Ben Sturt some help on the offensive end in this game. Everybody's got to contribute. Everybody's got to get something, whether it's a loose ball, pick it up, put it back in the basket, or get help on the defensive end, getting a defensive rebound.
Bennett Sturts, the All-Big Ten All-American guard, made a number of the All-America teams this past week, as well he should. A 6'4" senior from Liberty, Missouri, averaging a little over 20 points, 5 assists on the year, 22.5 points in Big Ten play. The bigger the game, the better he is, and he needs to be really good tonight for the Hawks to have a chance. Of course, we'll see Alvaro Folgueras, and he's earned some more minutes with the effort he had against Clemson the other night. Obviously, Isaiah Howard and Tate Sage will play some, and with all that size for Florida, maybe Trevin Urach, the freshman from West Des Moines sees a chunk of time. His family is here. A lot of families made the trip down to Tampa, and it's great to see them all. Those are the Mid-American Energy starting lineups for tonight's game between the Hawkeyes and the Gators. Let's give you a quick scoreboard update brought to you by Community Choice Credit Union. You're a Hawkeye, and now it pays to be a Hawk with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice Credit Union. Great perks plus Iowa exclusives like a Hawkeye-powered Visa debit card. Learn more at hawkeyeaccount.com. hawkeyeaccount.com. Finals from earlier today. Iowa State, without Joshua Jefferson, had a big second half and ran away from Kentucky, so the 2-seed Cyclones defeat the 7-seed Wildcats 82-63 in the Midwest region. The number 2-seed Purdue Boilermakers, likewise a winner over 7-seed Miami 79-69. So Matt Painter and the Boilermakers head to the Sweet 16 next week. That's in the West region. Kansas and St. John's are playing in the East region. And let's see, St. John's has a 10-point lead on the Jayhawks as we update that score. They're at the under 12 officials timeout in the second half. Kansas, St. John's 48, Kansas 38. Tennessee has a 5-point lead on Virginia at the half. That is in the Midwest region. Virginia, Tennessee playing right now, and it is Tennessee 36, Virginia 31 at the break. The late game there tonight, or here I should say tonight, in the South region is Texas Tech and Alabama, 4-seed, 5-seed. They'll start that game about a half an hour after this one concludes, the Hawks in Florida. So there you are, up to date on the rest of the NCAA tournament games played today. Scheduled a 6:10 start. TV joining us at that time. Who's it on, TNT tonight or CBS? I'm guessing TBS, okay. Our buddy Dan Bonner, great player at the University of Virginia, on the network TV call with longtime veteran play-by-play man Tom McCarthy. Talking to Dan earlier, he came over to say hi to Bobby and I, and he's a Pittsburgh guy. He knows Kirk Ferentz is from Pittsburgh and loves talking football, but Dan Bonner was a great player at Virginia. Coached girls high school basketball, Virginia women's basketball, and girls high school soccer for a couple of years. I said, man, you are well-traveled. He goes, well, my daughters played soccer. He said that. And the AD said, hey, we don't have a soccer coach. You want to help me out?
Soccer's like basketball. It's like a fast break. You just keep your spacing and pass the ball.
You got to run a lot. The problem is Dan Bonner's like 6'9".
Good man. Yeah, good to talk with him, get caught up, and does a great job on the TV broadcast.
Tom McCarthy, one of the great play-by-play men around for many, many years. Well, let's take a look at what's on tap tonight, brought to you by Big Grove Brewery, or what's been on tap, men's golf. The Hawkeye golf team kicks off the week tomorrow at the Duck Invitational out in Eugene. Quack, quack. Softball will host St. Thomas out of St. Paul at Pearl Field. That'll be a doubleheader coming up on Tuesday. Women's rowing, the rowing season underway. They're down here in the Sunshine State over in Sarasota for a big meet this week. That's what's on tap at Big Grove. Now, while you're at Big Grove, grab an Easy Eddie. Fresh, juicy, and just what you need for game day. Easy Eddie, easy to enjoy responsibly. Big Grove, your destination for every Iowa Hawkeye basketball game. Catch all the action with great food, warm hospitality, and an ice cold beer at Big Grove. You know, everybody's got an Iowa connection, Bobby. Everywhere we go,
isn't it crazy?
It's nuts. Florida, outstanding play-by-play voice for their radio network, Sean Kelly, grew up in Southern Illinois. He wanted to come to Iowa and go to school, go to journalism school, but he said the in-state tuition in Illinois was better than he could get at Iowa. So he went to Southern Illinois, then to Northeast Missouri State. So he play-by-play at Northeast Missouri, and then came to Florida a few years ago. So everybody's from the Midwest or they've got an Iowa connection, including Florida's sports information director for basketball, Denver Parlor.
Yeah, more good conversation with the guys that came over, and they're proud of their roots from the state of Iowa.
Yeah, he came by and said, say hi to my extended family and relatives in Waterloo. Went to Waterloo West High School. Loves wrestling, loves Dan Gable and Chuck Yagla. And so it's kind of old home. A lot of people from Florida delighted to see the Hawks here because a lot of transplants down here from the Hawkeye State.
Yeah, and we're right here in beautiful Tampa, St. Petersburg, Gary, and as you can imagine, this place is filled up with the blue and orange from the Gators from Florida, from right up the road in Gainesville there. But there's a lot of Hawkeyes sprinkled in here, and right behind it, there's got to be at least 1,000 people in black and gold, the fans with family members.
Now, this is the home of the Tampa Bay Lightning, 3-time Stanley Cup champions. And I'm looking way up there in the 300 section, Bobby. I don't see an empty seat.
No, it's full
on either side.
It's good to see.
It holds.
Let's keep them quiet.
I'm with you on that one. 18 to 19,000. College basketball is popular as it's ever been. The Hawks are coming out the lower seeds, so they're in the road black again. It worked pretty good the other night against Clemson with the gold numerals and gold liner. Florida will be in the home white with the blue numerals, blue numbers, script Florida on their chest, and the white and maroon trim, or white and orange trim. Our officials tonight, Joe Lindsay, Bert Smith, and Randy Richardson. Bert Smith, Randy Richardson have worked a number of Big Ten games over the years. Not familiar with Joe Lindsay, but you know he's good or he wouldn't be at this level.
Yeah, no doubt about it, Gary. You're in the, what is there left? Probably 2015, 2016 left, still playing right now at this hour.
Ball's in the air. Florida controls the opening tip. Chinyulu tips it into the backcourt where Boogie Flan has the ball, and Bennett Sturtz eyes him up defensively. Hawks are man-to-man. There's a swing pass to Condon. Into the far corner for Xavion Lee. Now to Flan. He's not a great three-point shooter, just 6 on the clock. They got him doubled out near the timeline. He's going to get around Koch. Gets all the way to the basket, lays it up and in. That was too easy with time running out on the shot clock.
Well, he's that type of player, Gary. He knew exactly how much time was left on the clock. Chinyelu set the screen and gave him a clear path to the basket.
Hawks on the attack, down 2-0 to start the game. Here's a lob backdoor, tipped away by Chinyulu. They were going for the backdoor lob and a layup at the other end. Knocked away by Chinyulu, intended for Tavian Banks. And the Iowa turnover leads to a run out for Florida.
Exactly what the Hawks did not want to see happen. Turnovers leading to the quick runouts.
Xavion Lee with the basket. He just did the easy work after the turnover. Sturtz from Cale Combs. Back to Bennett. Center of the floor to Banks. Runs into the big fella. Heads baseline right. A bounce inside to Manuel. Back to Tavian. Standstill 3. No good short. Rebounded by Florida. Hawks hustle back on defense. Condon, 6'9", and handles the ball. Here's a lob inside to Chinyulu. And they're getting Cam Manuel for being on his back. 4-0 Florida. Just a minute and a half gone.
Yeah, Cam's got to learn from that one right there. No need to fight the big guy inside there. Push him. Just push him out if you're going to fight him, but don't get into hand-to-hand combat down low. He's not really going to hurt you.
Here's a steal by Sturtz on the inbounds feed. Hawks got a run out. Banks all the way up and in with a layup 4-2. Florida, as Thomas Houck had to let him go. Here's a transition 3. No good. Rebounded by Banks. Thrown up there by Boogie Flan. Just a 23% shooter from 3, so they'll give Flan that shot. Hawks down 2 with a basketball. Right back looking for the tire lead with a 3. Sturtz turns the corner. Baseline right. Step back jumper. Good. Splash down. Almost laying on the floor when he let that thing go.
What a beautiful shot under control. Little step back fall away for Bennett's first basket.
Big Ten 4, Southeastern Conference 4. 17:50 to play in the opening half. Flan for Condon. Backdoor lob. Overled Thomas Houck. And it's taken away by Tavian Banks. Hawks work the turnover. Now a chance to get their first lead. Here's Combs driving baseline left hard to Manuel. High post. Cross court for Banks. Sturtz middle of the floor. Bennett on a give and go. A screen and roll. Banks drives inside. Tip up no good. Or the shot no good. Tip up is good by Manuel. Hawks with 6 in a row and they lead at 6-4. settling in. 17-17 to play in the half. Flan drives into Sturtz, lost the dribble, gets it back. Now retreats to the sideline.
Don't foul.
Into the far corner. Here's a long three by Lee. Good. Curled it in. Xavion Lee gives Florida the lead back at 7-6. Good ball movement by Florida. They overload that left side. Hawks were there defensively, just a better play. And now Cale Combs almost lost the handle. Ball almost out of bounds, but he saved it. 14 to shoot. Manyow with it. Two-hand shovel pass right wing. Now to Sturtz in the center of the floor. Bennett bobs and weaves his way. Step back three on the way. No good short. Banks can't get the rebound. He's blocked out by Flan. The Gators on the run, leading 7-6. Toss to the sideline. Alex Condon with it. 16:23 to play. Another three is no good, but Lee gets to the rebound. His own, puts it up and in. Drove into the lane. The Hawks were late getting to the 50-50 ball. And 5 in a row by Lee of Florida gives the Gators a lead of 9-6.
Yeah, unfortunate bounce that time for the Hawkeyes. Tavion fell down, or he would have got that rebound. Lee just followed his shot, put her back in. He's got 7 early points.
16 minutes to play in the first half. Here's Banks inside. Shot up good as he drove hard down the right side of the lane and muscled his way up through the big fella.
Yeah, Tavion came to play. He's going to attack him every opportunity he gets.
Here come the Hawkeyes back on defense right in front of us here. Boogie Fland, high post left, hands off. Here's a drive inside. Oh, and a late call, a blocking foul called on Cooper Koch. 2 free throws coming for Florida when we return. 15:36 to play first half. Koch looked like he was pretty well set. Ben McCollum, that first look of the night. He's John with Tavion Banks right now, but I'll tell you what, I love the fight the Hawks have come out here with.
Yep, exactly what they needed to do.
9-8 Florida, 15 and a half to play. And we're back to Tampa in just a minute. We're out of the gates. The Hawks got down 4-0, came back, took a 6-0 lead, and now trail it 9-8. 2 free throws for Florida out of the break. This is Hawkeye basketball, presented by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
Midwest One believed in us and gave us the money to get started, and it was great.
We're talking with Jack Piper of Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack.
In 2005, they were there when we opened Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack. They've been there every step of the way with funding and great feedback on how to expand our brand. Midwest One Bank has been great, and with the recent uncertain times, we got through it, thanks to Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank. Simply better banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through life care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
15:36 to play first half. Iowa trailing Florida. The top-seeded Florida Gators 9-8. The opening half here at the South Regional in Tampa. Gary Dolphin, Bobby Hansen back along with engineer-producer Corey Sheets. Florida will shoot 2 free throws. On the T-Mobile text line, Nick and Marion wants to know, Bobby, do you think Iowa has another level offensively they can still reach off to this good start.
Oh, absolutely they do, Gary. And that would be, if you can get a fast break opportunity going, if you can create some turnovers with your defense, get out in the open court and get some easy baskets.
Free throw by Thomas Houck is good. He's at 77% on the year. And 6'9" junior from New Oxford, Pennsylvania. Puts the Gators up 2. Second one is good. 11-8, Florida. Koch, Banks, Sturtz, Isaiah Howard, and Alvaro Folgueras now in the game. They played well the other night against Clemson. Folgueras especially. 6'9", he comes and sets a screen for Combs. Back to Al. Shot fake, drives around his man, lost the dribble, and a holding foul called on Florida. Florida crowd obviously doesn't like that. But the hold cost him to lose the dribble, and Micah Handlofton, just into the game for the Gators, gets called for the grab. 15-19 to go. Iowa has it underneath, out of bounds, right of the goal. Out it comes to 6'8" Cooper Koch. He's got a smaller man on him. Sturtz is looking for him. Bennett chased around by Florida's Urban Klavzar just into the game. Here's a baseline drive by Combs. He throws back to the wing. Folgueras for 3. Line drives it in just the way he started against Clemson.
Playing with confidence, Alvaro Folgueras is, Gary, and that time saw what he wanted. Shot fake, got the big guy off his feet, and then the sidestep 3.
Tied at 11. Florida on the attack. Alex Condon near steal by Sturtz of a sideline pass. There's a lob to Hufloglen. He throws underneath and a shot. Missed the dunk. Put back up, no good by Condon. He lost the handle trying to do a tip dunk. Missed the first dunk attempt, got the ball back, and then lost it. That's all on his own doing. Nobody touched him. Just got a little excited. The Hawks shoot for the lead again. Folgueras with the big 3 to Combs. Cale takes the dribble, right sideline. Now turns back to the center of the floor. Floater in the lane is no good. Got undercut. No call. Hawks hustle back on defense. And here's a wild pass by Boogie Flan. Unforced error. He threw it right into the Iowa bench. Intended the pass for Urban Klavzar out of Slovenia, 6'1" junior guard.
He's a three-point shooter. The Hawks did a nice job defensively recovering back in the open court there, the defensive transition, to stop the ball and force a wild pass.
3 turnovers on Florida. The Hawks shoot again for the lead, tied at 11. Little figure 8 weave out front. Here's Folgueras. 3 more? No. Short. And hauled out of there by Thomas Houck. 1 and done for the Hawks. Flan hustles into the front court with the ball. Throws inside, intended for Condon, and Folgueras came over his shoulder trying to pick the pass off and gets called for the foul. Now Tate Sage, an early entry. Had a big game the other night, 7 points off the bench in 13 minutes. And he gives Cale Combs his first breather of the night. So it's Howard, Folgueras, Cam Manyow, Tate Sage, and Bennett Sturtz. In it comes. Here's a 3 from the side. No good. Rebound by Folgueras. Looks for an outlet. Shot by Alex Condon. No good from the wing. 6'9". He can shoot the 3. Sturtz back for the Hawks. Hooks a pass. Far corner for Sage. Right back to Bennett, center of the floor. 13:30 to play in the first half. All tied up at 11. 9 seed Iowa. 1 seed Florida. Sturtz. Back to Folgueras. Shot fake. Al gets inside. And a wraparound pass is picked off, intended for Manyow. Al tried to get a little too cute with the pass. Here comes Houck back deep with a drive into the paint, throws it back to the wing. A 3 is aired out, no good by Flan. Sturtz gets the rebound. We're running the other way.
You can see they not great three-point shooters.
Sturtz all the way with a pop-up layup, and the Hawks are up 2. Quickly Florida into the front court. Flan into the lane on Isaiah Howard. Shot up no good, but he draws a 2-shot foul from Isaiah Howard. 2 free throws coming for Boogie Flan. 73% at the foul line. That's what they do. They attack you on makes and misses. And that time Flan, who's a wizard with the basketball, flew down the floor and drew the contact from Isaiah Howard.
He's shifty. He reminds me a lot of the old Kentucky player, NBA All-Star Rajon Rondo. Just shifty. Got good length at that point guard position. Always looking to get to the basket.
First free throw no good, so the Hawks will keep the lead regardless of what he does here. 13-11 Iowa. Iowa has 4 team fouls, just 1 for Florida. Second free throw is good. Hawks by 1. That ends a 2.5-minute scoring drought for the Gators. Folgaris will inbound for the Hawks. Substitution for Florida. First time into the game, Isaiah Brown, a 6'4 sophomore. So the lineups are more matchup size now. There's a couple of those bigs around the bench for the Gators. Hawks trying to run them, wear them down. Here's Sturtz, back to Folgaris. Drives inside, lost the ball, gets it back, shot up, no good. But a 2-shotter coming from the foul line for Al Folgaris, the former Horizon League Player of the Year at Robert Morris. Stayed with it once he lost the ball.
He really did, yeah. He's playing with some energy here, Gary. I like that. He's playing focused and looking to score whenever he catches the ball. That's the X factor the Hawks are going to need in this game. Somebody else other than Bennett to score the ball.
Al, 74% from the foul line. Drains the first one. He's 7 for 7 the other night, if I remember. Second free throw curls in. And he gives Iowa a 3-point lead at 15-12. 12.5 to go in the game's first half. Here's Lee back in the game, too. Gets it inside to the paint. Shot off the glass, no good. Too hard. Rebounded by Florida. Now it's ripped away by Iowa's Folgaris. And Sturtz picks up the loose change. Heck of a play by Al Folgaris as he ripped it away from Micah Hanlukton.
What you want to see, the Hawks coming out fighting, Gary, going after every loose ball.
Hanlukton in the game. He's 7-1. Here's Tate Sage. Cross-court feed for Al Folgaris to Sturtz. His jump shot banks in off the glass. How many guys in college basketball can get through that kind of traffic and knock it in?
No, no way, Gary. Maybe he's the only one, but 6 quick points for Bennett.
Hawks by 5, 17-12. Playing outstanding defense. Xavier Lee with the ball between the leg dribble, left wing. Here's a deep 3 coming. No good, way off the mark, and it's out of bounds off Maniau. Couldn't quite out-wrestle the 7-footer Micah Hanlukton for the ball. Oh, they're throwing up some bricks from 3. They're rushing things. The Hawks have got them in a hurry-up mode.
That is a defensive game plan, Gary. They're not going to worry too much about the 3. They're going to be packing it in, inviting them to take that 3, but then you have to rebound the ball.
We're at the under 12 TV timeout. 11:38 to play in the first half. And the Hawkeyes really spirited out of the gate, leading the top-seeded Florida Gators 17-12. Hawkeye basketball is brought to you by Mid-American Energy, delivering an all-star performance with a balanced energy mix of wind, solar, and other sources, keeping your power reliable every time you need it. Learn more at midamericanenergy.com. This is Hawkeye basketball presented by Wellmark, Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and Learfield.
Hawkeye Nation, here's something big. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. That means Iowa fans are now on America's largest 5G network, bringing even more strength and coverage to every game day and every day. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're proud to power every call, every post, every celebration. U.S. Cellular and T-Mobile, better together.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Attention Hawkeye fans, Big Grove is proud to be an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Whether you're at the game or watching from home, Big Grove has got you covered. Enjoy an easy Eddie from the stands or visit them for every Hawkeye game at any of their 4 convenient Iowa locations in Iowa City, Cedar Rapids, Des Moines, or Solon. Big Grove Brewery, your official watch party headquarters of the Hawkeyes. Go Hawks! Big Grove Brewery, an official craft brewery of the Iowa Hawkeyes.
You might think Iowa grows corn, but the truth is, corn grows Iowa. Corn can even fuel your drive to watch the Hawkeyes play when you choose Unleaded 88. It's a fuel that's cheaper, cleaner, and greener. Plus, it's homegrown, making Unleaded 88 the clear choice at the pump and totally worth the hype. So as you head to cheer on the Hawkeyes this season, don't just fuel up. Pump it up with Unleaded 88. Find Unleaded 88 at a station near you. Go to iowacorn.org/88.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
Defense has been outstanding. Welcome back to the NCAA South Regional here in Tampa, where Iowa leads the top-seeded Florida Gators 17-12. Florida will have the basketball with 9 on the shot clock when play resumes. 11:38 to play in the half. The Hawkeye defense has pestered Florida into 4 for 12 shooting.
Yeah, and over their last 6 field goal attempts, 1 out of their last 8 field goal attempts, and nothing from the field in the last 4.5 minutes. Just free throws.
Xavier Lee gets it inbounds. Florida looking inside. They pound it into the paint. Here's a jump hook up and no good. Rims and comes out by Ruben Chinyulu. And clearing is Folgueras. Folgueras playing outstanding at both ends.
Yeah, he really is, and providing a nice defensive spark that time, bodying up Chinyelu.
Cale Combs back in the game, turns the corner, gets down the left side of the lane, back to the wing. 3 for Al Folgueras, no good. That was short-stringed, and running it back the other way is Urban Klavzar.
Hawks are back, though.
They are. They're hustling back. Klavzar to Lee, into the corner. Caught by Isaiah Brown. Just 33% from distance. Here's Lee. He's their best three-point shooter. Down the left side of the lane. Into the corner, and we got a lane violation turnover. That's 4 turnovers on the Gators. Brown stepping on the sideline as he went into the crouch for the three-point shot. He's coming out of the game, and the Hawks get the ball right back with 10:49 to play in the first half. Sturtz walks the ball into the front court with a waist-high dribble, shadowed by Urban Klavzar. Greets Magna with a pass, high post left. Folgueras hands off to Combs. Cale right back to Al, and a whistle pass deflected out of bounds, intended for a baseline cutting Magna. Chinlu got a glove on it and steered it into the seats. Iowa will have 13 on the shot clock. Tate Sage and Folgueras come out of the game. Cooper Koch is back in, along with Tavion Banks. Somehow they got a screen for Cooper. Get him open for threes. 10:33 to play in the half. Combs throws it into the backcourt for Magna. Good defense by Florida. Magna brings it across. He can handle the ball. Gets it to Sturtz. Then it's double team. Fake step back 3. Gets the ball to Banks. Right back to Sturtz, and Banks turns it over. Couldn't make up his mind whether he wanted to pass or shoot the ball in the lane, and the Hawks turn it over. Can't do that against this team. They're too good. Here's a hook pass, far corner for Condon. He's one of their best big shooters. And he's banging bodies with Koch. Jump hook no good, but a foul on Koch. Man, Koch is smiling.
Battling in there. Man, they're letting him play, but when he went up to shoot the ball, Cooper got a hand right on his elbow, I think, when he shot it. But that is 5 team fouls on the Hawkeyes with 10 minutes to go.
Florida's been whistled for 2. Seems a little odd, but apparently they play without contact. All those big bodies. 2 free throws coming for Condon, and he made 2 earlier, and he's at 65% on the year. Makes the first. Gators have not had a field goal in the last 6 minutes. That's what you call great defense. 17-13 Iowa. 1 more coming for Condon. Free throw is short, off the front of the iron, rebounded by Combs. He's doing a good job on the backboards. 7 rebounds to 8 for Florida. The much bigger Florida Gators, so they're hanging tough with them. Sturtz, Combs, screen by Banks. Now Combs gets Tavion the ball with 12 to shoot. 9:40 to play in the first half. Here's Banks driving inside. This time he goes up strong, scores. No decision to be made there. He went right at Chinyulu.
Exactly how you have to go after a shot blocker. Take the attack right to him and go up through their chest. Take away the space.
Right down the middle of the lane. 19-13 Iowa. Here's a steal of a jump pass. Baseline by Combs. That's what he does. Hawks up 6 with the ball. And 9:18 to play. First half. Magna for Sturtz. They spread out the Gator defense. Here's a screen by Banks. To Combs, back to Banks. Koch for 3 in the corner. No good, that's strong. Magna with a rebound. Saves the possession. Heck of an effort by Cam. 8:59 to play. First half. Here's Sturtz, grabbed by Lee. Gets the shot away and aired it out. He was off balance. Rebounded by Condon. Alex Condon of Florida. And he stumbles, and what is it called here? A wraparound foul, a reach-around foul. They're going to get Cale Combs with the foul. That caused Condon to stumble into the lane. Not a shooting foul, but it is 16 fouls on the Hawks. And still 8:47 to play in the half. Ben McCullum unhappy. I'm sure about a lot of things, but certainly that last foul. Boogie Flan back in the game, gets it to Condon on a give and go. Jump hook is up, no good. Manuel fighting for the rebound, tips it to Folgaris, and we got a jump ball. And here's Condon pulling Folgaris to the floor, not willing to give the ball up. Condon threw the ball and Folgaris to the floor.
They're going to review this, Gary. I saw some hands go.
Well, if you know Al Folgaris, I mean, he knows who they're playing tonight.
He's intense.
And he's not going to take anything from this team, regardless of what seed they are. Todd Golden's out in the middle of the floor. I'm not sure why.
Well, he's claiming he was going to get his guys, but he came out there a little too involved, if you will.
Yeah. Well, there were no punches thrown.
Are you sure?
I'll have to look at the replay.
Take another look here.
We're looking at it now. It looks like he's not trying to punch the ball out. Now the Florida coaching staff is all upset.
At each other, yeah. Ben's not having it either. Good for him. Stay on your side.
It depends on how they interpret this punch. You could interpret it as he's trying to punch the ball away from Condon. Now, if he made contact with Alex in the jaw area, I mean, that's a whole different story. But they're going to have to determine this on intent. Now, this is after Condon threw Folgaris and the ball to the floor, and Condon was on the bottom, and Folgaris, that right arm comes in there with a punch. And this would be devastating. Yeah, he's trying to punch the ball out.
Yeah.
It's clear to me.
Wasn't up by the head and neck area.
No, absolutely not. Ben McCullum was talking to the official on the floor to.
I think Ben's telling Todd Golden, bring it on.
Well, if you know Ben McCullum,
okay,
he's got a little Irish in that last name. Obviously, the crowd is a Florida crowd, so they're really on Al Folgaris.
Got to keep your composure now, guys.
Yeah.
That was fun for a second there, but pull it back together.
Big Ten, Southeastern Conference. Two leagues that don't like each other anyway, primarily due to football. And they're not going to take any guff from each other when it comes to basketball. Now, they're taking a long look at this review, as you imagine they would. All plays under review are brought to you by Athletico Physical Therapy. You don't need a jersey to move with purpose or permission to take your healing seriously. At Athletico, recovery fuels what's possible. Move like you mean it. Schedule your free assessment at athletico.com, a proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. The review continues.
Well, as you look at it, he did make a fist, but it was punching at the ball.
He might have caught Condon's wrist, he was not going to give the ball up,
no.
And neither was Al Folgaris. And when he pulls Folgaris to the floor, that's clearly
aggressive play.
Yeah, exactly. And then Al said, okay, you want to play that way, so he's trying to punch the ball out. Now, granted, I'm a little biased here, but the fist was nowhere near his head. Nowhere near his head. So the officials, Joe Lindsay, Bert Smith, and Randy Richardson, are now discussing it. Come on, guys. It shouldn't take this. I mean, these teams don't go to charm school. Basketball's a physical game, but the guys got to learn when enough is enough. The whistle was blowing.
Yes.
And they got to let go of the ball.
They don't, though.
Or just give it up. This came after a missed shot by Florida. Maniau tipped the rebound to Folgaris. And that's when the wrestling match started, when Condon tied up Folgaris. So they're explaining to both head coaches what the call is.
And the break here, the review will give a chance for everybody to calm down. Golden doesn't like it.
Well, if you thought it was physical for the first 12 minutes,
here we go.
Just wait. First time ever that Iowa and Florida have played college basketball at any point of the season. This happens to be for a Sweet 16 berth. Now the officials have gone back to the scorers table.
If it's a jump ball, it'll be Iowa basketball.
Oh, tonight's broadcast of the NCAA Division I Men's Basketball Championship is authorized under broadcast rights granted by the NCAA.
After review, we have a double dead ball contact technical foul. After the whistle's blown, we will have a technical foul on 21 white and 7 black. We will resume play with the alternating possession arrow.
So a double technical on Folgaris and Condon.
That's 2 fouls on out.
Which is the right call. Our broadcast is intended solely for the private, non-commercial use of our audience. Any reproduction, retransmission, or other use of the broadcast without the express written consent of the NCAA and Westwood One is strictly prohibited. So we'll see how the officials call this now with 8.5 minutes to go in the first half.
Go to the basket.
8:26 to play. Here's Banks driving inside. Shot is up and good. And a foul call on Chunyulu. Take the attack right to him.
Exactly what you have to do when emotions are high. The referees will call a foul.
And that's what Banks did. And there was contact, but they've been letting that go. Not anymore.
Tavian Banks, 4 out of 6 from the field. Got 8 points now.
Hawks up 21-13. Banks for a 9-point lead. It's long. Rebound tip controlled by Maniau. Hawks doing a great job on the glass. Here's Banks into the corner. Tate Sage is open for 3, drives inside instead, scores off the glass. Hawks lead it by 10, 23-13. Number 1 seed, just a number. Number 9 seed, just a number. These guys are really getting after each other. Here's Flan into the corner, Lee for 3. It is no good. Rebound fought for, out of bounds to Florida. And they're going over the back of Banks and Maniau. And the ball went off at Tavian Banks. It'll stay with Florida. A fresh 20 on the shot clock. 7:50 to play in the first half. Iowa has thrown the first punch, literally, and the Hawkeyes have stormed to a 10-point lead on the Gators. 23-13, 7:50 remaining in the first half, with a berth in the Sweet 16 at the end of this rainbow. This is Hawkeye Basketball presented by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today for the best home comfort system you can buy. It's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
How do you become America's best-selling brand? Let's break it down. Innovative tech means smarter and safer driving. Intelligent all-wheel drive will keep you ready for anything. And built Ford tough trucks will always get the job done. Plus, come into your local Ford store today and get super low APR financing, big cash back, and great lease offers on Ford's full line of cars, trucks, and SUVs. That's Ford, and that's how you become America's best-selling brand. Sales claim based on calendar year sales.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye Basketball from Learfield.
This is the commercial for Pioneer Seed Corn.
100 years ago, one seed changed everything. In 1926, Pioneer revolutionized farming with the first commercial production of hybrid corn. The one that started it all, the one that still turns heads, and the one that grows the future. This year, we celebrate a century of innovation. One big milestone made possible by one moment, one farmer, 100 seasons. See how it all began at pioneer.com/100.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
Hawkeyes 23, Florida 13. How do you spell defense? Florida in the first 12 minutes plus 7:50 to go in the first half. The Gators are 4 of 15. Their last field goal occurred around 9 minutes ago. Xavier Lee basket. That was a layup at the 16-16 mark. Xavier Lee's layup. 7:50 to go in the first half, and the Gators still looking for their first field goal in nearly 9.5 minutes. The Hawks are 10 of 18 after a great move by Tate Sage. An up and under score off the glass has given Iowa their largest lead at 10. And we're midway through, just beyond the midway point of the first half. Florida and the Hawks. Here's Lee in the far corner. 20-second shot clock reset for the Gators. Condon sets a screen for Lee. Cale Combs, he is a bulldog on defense. Here's a backdoor lob, or a middle lane lob actually, and a foul called on Iowa.
Cam, his second.
They were trying to post up, which is in the scouting report. Condon, who's made a habit of being at the foul line, 6'11" junior from Australia. All 5 of their starters average in double figures. Condon averages 15 points and 8 rebounds. He's a double-double machine. Free throw's good. Cuts the Iowa lead to 23-14. And here comes Trevin Urach. We talked in the pregame show we might see him at 6'11". Freshman from West Des Moines Valley, throw his weight around at 250. Maniau comes out with those 2 personals. Condon's second free throw is good. 23-15. Iowa's lead is 8. Sturts, Urach, Combs, Sage, and Banks. Bennett Sturts for Banks. A bounce for Combs. 7:23 to play in the game, first half. Here's a pass, almost got away from Sage. A high feed. Banks drives in on Condon. Step back jumper is up and no good, but a foul coming. Tavian Banks getting after those big Gators inside.
Yeah, I'm telling you, he's taking the offense right to him, Gary. Posted up the big guy, Alex Condon. Picks up the second foul with that technical on Condon earlier. He now is going to play with 2. Probably have to come out of the game.
Banks has 8 points to lead Iowa. Sturts with 6. 5 for Fulgaris. Tavian's first free throw. In and out. No good. He'll get another one. Missed his first 2. Hawks were average at the foul line the other night. They need to make them in this game. Second free throw's on the way and through. Banks with 9 to lead the Hawks. Iowa 24, Florida 15. Flan into the front court. Tough guy out of the Bronx. Leaves it for Condon. Top of the circle for Chinyulu. There's a drive down the right side of the lane by Thomas Houck. He's going nowhere. Sage cuts him off. Now to Condon in the paint, to the wing, and Lee for 3. Good. Condon got away with the travel.
He did. Ben was calling for it. We could see it over here. He shuffled the feet and passed it off for the 3.
Iowa's lead is 6, 24-18. First field goal in 9 minutes for Florida. Here's a steal by Lee. Picked Urach from behind, lays it up, missed it. And the rebound tipped by Urach, but Flan stepped on the sideline. It'll be Iowa basketball. Trevin Urach got doubled, and he didn't see the blindside defender coming at him. Had his pocket picked, and Flan going the other way. But Urach's credit, he raced down there and got in his way, and Flan short-stringed it, and the Hawks get it back on the turnover.
Exactly what you got to do in a game like this. Never give up on a play.
That's 7 turnovers on the Gators. Here's Bennett Sturts. Behind the back dribble, grabbed by Flan. Urach screens off on him. Sturts lets fly from 3, no good, short. And the rebound, a foul called on Tate Sage. Get him for over the back on Thomas Houck.
Got to play without fouling, guys. They're in the bonus.
That's 19 fouls on Iowa. We'll come to the other end for a 1-and-1 for Houck. 77% from the foul line. The 6'9" junior from New Oxford, Pennsylvania. Been there twice. Made them both. They're 6 of 8 from the foul line. Free throws no good. Kicks long and a foul called.
Stepped in early. Hawks did.
Who stepped in
early?
early?
Trevin stepped in.
Oh boy.
A little excited.
Well, he's excited. So the 1-and-1 resets. Hawks free throw this time is good. Always happens that way. So that's a painful mistake by the young freshman. Meaning the bonus now for Houck, 24-19 Florida. Wipe the moisture off the basketball. Might be blood. Second free throw coming for Houck. That's good. So the step in early leads to 2 free throws. And the Gators are back to within 4. 24-20.
Got to answer.
And Sturts has got to be the answer. Jump passes to Urich. Sturts does.
Help him.
Trevin looking for help. Cross court for Banks. He drives into the paint. Double teamed. Knocked down. That'll be a foul on Florida. That's 16 fouls on the Gators. Now are they going to say he was in action shooting? Yeah, he's going to get 2. Going to get 2 free throws. Al Folgaris will come back in. You can imagine the Florida fans are not happy about that. Banks will shoot 2. Todd Golden can't believe that call.
We'll take it.
These coaches are animated. Banks back at the foul line. Free throw good. Quiets down the Gator crowd. Folgaris comes back in. Urach is out. Of course, Alex Condon has been back in for Gator. Both were assessed a technical. Second free throw good by TB. Banks playing like an upperclassman.
11 points here to lead the Hawkeyes in the first half.
Iowa by 6, 26-20. 5:45 to play in the first half.
Keep the defense up.
Chinyulu comes out, goes to the wing with a pass, and a 3 is in and out. Hawks get the 50-50 balls. It kicks long. Missed by Houck, and Sturts runs it down. 5.5 to go, first period. Combs on the wing, center of the floor for Banks. Now to Tate Sage, who's got a basket since coming off the bench. Tate uses up his dribble, gets it to Banks. Baseline left. He shoulder pumps his way into the paint. Shot up, blocked away, and a jump ball is called. It'll go to Florida. Really good defense that time by, was it Houck or Condon? I think it was Condon. Stayed with Banks. Really physical play inside. And the jump ball is called. Isaiah Howard comes into the game for the Hawks. Banks and Howard, Folgaris, Sturts, and Tate Sage. Manyow has been on the bench with 2 fouls. Cale Combs gets a break. Here's Condon. Hands off to Houck. Good man-to-man and defense on the perimeter by Iowa.
Solid ball pressure.
Left of the lane for Condon. He backs in on Folgaris. Shoves him out of the way and misses the jump hook. Folgaris gets the rebound to Sturts. How was that not called an offensive foul on Condon?
Dropped the left shoulder.
Yeah, extended the arm and just shoved off Folgaris. Here's Bennett. Boy, they're handing him off from one defender to the other. Not going to give Sturts a clear look. 4.5 to go. First half. Here's Folgaris. Folgaris drives inside, kicks a pass to the corner to Sage. 5 to shoot. Sage lost the dribble, gets it back. Stand still jumper, no good. Aired it out. That's going to be a shot clock violation on Iowa. Wicked defense by both teams.
Really was. Hawkeyes could not turn the corner and get anything going to the basket. Just had to throw a desperation shot up there, which hit the end line there. That's okay, though, Gary. You took all 30 seconds off that shot clock. You don't want this thing to be a racehorse type of game. It allows you to set your defense.
Hawks haven't had a field goal in 4 minutes. No field goals for Florida in the last going on 3. Here's Klavzar for 3, curls it in. That cuts the Iowa lead to 3, 26-23. Klavzar is their best three-point shooter out of Slovenia. Now Boogie Flan has taken on Sturts. They give him a screen. Pass to Banks. He's going to the basket. Shot up and good. Off glass. Tavian Banks going right at the Florida Bigs with authority.
13 points for Tavian.
28-23 Iowa. 3.5 to play in the period. Flan chased by Isaiah Howard. What an effort by the Hawks. What heart by this Hawkeye team.
Taking the fight right to him.
Klavzar hunting another 3, but they switch off on him. Banks waving his arms. Here's Condon. He drives inside. Shot is up and good. It curls in. Had the 3, instead took it in the lane and put it up and in. 5 points for Condon. Here's Sturts. 28-25. Iowa's lead cut to 3 again. Hawks have led by 10. As many as 10. Fulgaris has the ball knocked away, gets it back to Sturts. Bennett backs the dribble in on Flan. Now to Fulgaris in the lane, and he's fouled. A couple free throws coming for Al Fulgaris. Actually, that's the 7th team foul on Florida as he was hooked by Ruben Chinyulu. Oh, wait, check that. Handlogden committed the foul. One 6'10" guy over another 6'10" guy. 28-25. Hey, Hawk fans, those 6'10" guys are coming. The way this guy coaches and recruits, it's just a matter of time. But look at the heart they're playing with now. Undersized and leading the number 1 seed, the number 2 overall 1 seed, trailing only Michigan in that category, the Florida Gators. 28-25, Hawkeyes, 2:54 to play in the first half. Hawkeye basketball is brought to you by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield. They know you're here for every memorable moment, every fast break, every three-pointer, every game-winning play. Wellmark is here for every moment, too, with healthcare coverage you can count on all season long. Find the right plan for you at wellmark.com/hoops. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Life's busy. Quick Start makes it easier. From fresh hot coffee to delicious bakery treats and quick grab-and-go meals and snacks. Hey, we've got what you need when you're on the run. Need gas? We've got fully guaranteed fuel to keep you moving. Plus perks like free ATMs, no hidden fees, and free air for your tires. Convenience, savings, and a see you next time with a smile. We're your go-to for everything you need to keep your day on track. Stop in to Quick Start today.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
Al Fulgaris to shoot free throws. Both teams parading to that foul line here. 1-1 for Fulgaris. Hawks are 5 out of 7 at the charity stripe. And Florida 8 out of 10. Free throw good by Folgaris. The crowd's going to give it to him every time he touches the ball after that double technical on Al and Condon when they went to the floor with 8.5 minutes to go in the first half. Right now we've got 2:50 to play till the period exhumes itself, and Iowa leads it by 5. Folgaris makes both free throws. Iowa 30, Florida 25. Here's a drive and a missed jump shot right of the lane by Condon. Banks runs the rebound down in the corner. Folgaris gimpy as he gets up. He hit the deck, but he's running to the other end. Let's hope that's just a temporary sting. He's got the ball high post left. Looking for Sturtz. Sturtz comes off a low post screen. Folgaris has the ball knocked away, gets it back, drives inside, throws a pass to the corner. Now to the wing, Sturtz for 3, no good. Tip up and no good by Banks. Gets the rebound, up again, blocked away, and a foul called on Florida. Oh, what an effort on that offensive glass by Iowa.
Major work that time. Tavion Banks, undersized, but he just out-battled everybody in there to get himself 2 free throws.
2 more coming for Tavion.
Got 13 already.
And that's 2 fouls on Thomas Houck. So they'll come and get him. Banks lifts that first free throw in and out, no good. Tough kid out of Kansas City. You're not going to intimidate number 6.
You want him on your side.
Oh, you sure do.
When it breaks out, though.
3 for 6 from the foul line. He's better than that. Second one is good. Talks it down. Iowa's lead is 6, 31-25. And just over 2 minutes to play in the first half. Houck comes out of the game. Here's Boogie Flan in. Gets it to Condon, top of the key left. To Flan with a baseline jumper, hits it. They reposition him down on the baseline and got him the ball down there, and he popped in the 7-footer. They're not going in from deep for him. Minute 49 to play in the half. Iowa's lead back to 4. 31-27. Combs to Banks, now to Isaiah Howard. Hawks go with that smaller lineup. Isaiah, who can rebound at 6'5". Here's Banks. He backs into Condon. Drop step, throws to the wing. Urak. Now to Combs with 4 to shoot. Trevin lets fly with a 3. No good. Rebounded by Chinyulu of Florida. A stop for Florida. Iowa by 4 with 1:20 to play in the half. Flan gets around Combs, throws inside and a dunk to Condon. That's what they do. Condon at 6'11". He plays like a big guard. 31-29 now, and Iowa wants a timeout.
Good timeout.
This is Hawkeye Basketball presented by Walmart Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
RE/MAX is the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics, and we understand there's a number for everything: square footage, down payment, interest rates. But how do you measure the trust you have in your agent? For a RE/MAX agent, it's not about numbers on a contract. It's being a trusted RE/MAX agent. That means you'll get honest advice, expert guidance, and someone who's committed to your success. Because while numbers count, trust is what truly matters. RE/MAX, the official real estate partner of Iowa Athletics. Each office independently owned and operated.
Back in Tampa, Iowa holding on to a 2-point lead over Florida, 31-29. Yeah, that Florida team that hung 114 on Prairie View A&M in the first round Friday night, an NCAA tournament record. 45 field goals in that game. Prairie View fought hard, but just outclassed, not the Hawkeyes, who have had the lead for most of this first half. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening in on the Hawkeye Radio Network, Sirius XM, the Varsity Network app, or the official YouTube channel. This is Hawkeye Basketball from Learfield. They're fired up in Bronson and Bussey, Burr Oak and Burlington, Boone and Bettendorf. Get some text messages from Pat Anger, who wants to know what time the fight starts. He'll be here. Settle down, Patrick. Everything's under control.
Hop a flight, come on down, Pat.
We could use you. We're definitely outnumbered. And if you're joining us late, Al Folgaris of Iowa and Alex Condon went to the floor, both unwilling to give up the basketball with 8 minutes to go in the first half. Al threw a punch, but he threw it at the basketball after he was yanked to the floor by Condon, trying to knock the ball loose. And, of course, most of the 19,000 in the building thought that he was throwing a punch at Condon. That was not the case. So things have settled down a little bit, but it's noisy. Cooper Koch re-enters for Iowa. Howard, Sturtz, Banks, and Cale Combs complete the Iowa 5. Condon's still in the game. He's logging heavy minutes. Hauk is back in. Boogie Flan, Chinyulu, and the shooting guard, Urban Klavzar. Hawkeye basketball with a minute to go in the first half. Bennett Sturtz has not had a field goal in a while, and you can guess why. They're running two defenders at him all the time. Here's Howard, stop and go move. Gets left of the lane, though, doesn't look at the basket. 9 to shoot. Here's Sturtz. Into the corner to Howard. Shot fake, and he dribbled the ball, knocked it out of bounds, I guess, by Chunlu.
I think they're going to call a foul on the big foul.
Oh, I missed that.
Rubin, his second.
Good call. It's a blocking foul. Rubin's hard to hide or disguise that foul. 6'10", 265.
Playing really tight on Isaiah Howard. And Golden's telling him to back off.
Free throws coming for Isaiah Howard. Oh, man. He airs out the front end of the 1-and-1. Hawkeyes are 8 of 12 from the free throw line. Well, it's a big moment.
Calm down.
Timeout on the floor.
30
guess.
seconds.
30-second timeout.
Florida.
Stay with us for halftime. University of Iowa Healthcare sponsors our halftime coverage. Here for you no matter where you are in the state. Changing medicine, changing lives. For all of Iowa and beyond, visit uihealthcare.com. Let's look at a Midwest One Bank quick stat from the first half. Midwest One, small enough to care, big enough to deliver. Member FDIC. I'm going to change direction, Bobby, and just say the Iowa defense. Florida's 9 for 25 and 36%, and 30% from three. They're 3 out of 10. That is big-time Big Ten defense.
Awesome defense by the Hawkeyes here in the first half. Going to have to keep it up here, Gary, to finish out this last minute here of the first half, but also the rebound numbers. Look at the rebound numbers. The Hawkeyes, 17, Florida, 14.
That's our Midwest One Bank quick stats. Defense and rebounding. You heard Ben McCullum talk about that in the pregame show. And the Hawks have had it for 20 minutes, almost 20 minutes. Up to 31-29, but Florida has the ball. Looking for the tie with 40 seconds to go in the first half. Flan around Combs. Jab steps into the paint all the way to the basket, ties it up. Herky-jerky step and go for about 4 times.
1-on-1.
And the game is tied at 31.
3 seconds different. Game clock to shot clock.
Combs. Hawks go 4 down, 1 out. Combs dribbling with Klavzar in his face near the timeline. 13 seconds to go in the half. Here's Combs on a crossover dribble. Gets into the paint. Shot is up and good. A floater in the lane. Condon couldn't block it. Here's Flan back deep with 3 seconds. Let's fly with a 3. No good. An air ball. Trevin Urich gets knocked to the floor. No call. 0.3 of a second left. Urich was blocking out, and Flan came up with nothing but air.
Tried to get the quick one, the quick 3 in transition. Hawks were right there. Cale Combs, after scoring the basket, was right there with great defense on Boogie Flan.
Ben McCullum wants a review, but he's not going to get it. They start the clock. They inbound the ball and start the clock. Ben McCullum wanted a review. I'm not sure what maybe time on the shot clock. It had 0.3 of a second. Well, that's just the first half.
Hello,
Bobby. Hawkeye basketball is brought to you tonight by Midwest One Bank, the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye Hoops. Midwest One Bank combines sophisticated banking solutions and local expertise to deliver a custom financial strategy that is unique to your needs. Midwest One, small enough to care, big enough to deliver. And by Kohl's, from jerseys to hats and more fan favorites. Find everything you need to gear up for game day at Kohl's and Kohl's.com. They might even have helmets at Kohl's. This has been more like a football game, Iowa and Florida. Big Ten versus the SEC. And the good news is we got 20 minutes to go. Our halftime coverage courtesy University of Iowa Healthcare starts in a minute. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
We all make plans for the future, but car accidents, break-ins, and unexpected fires can disrupt those plans. At Shelter Insurance, our agents help design insurance plans that work for you and help protect what matters most. To get started, find an agent at shelterinsurance.com. Shelter Insurance. We're your shield. We're your shelter.
Midwest One believed in us and gave us the money to get started, and it was great.
We're talking with Jack Piper of Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack.
In 2005, they were there when we opened Jimmy Jack's Rib Shack. They've been there every step of the way with funding and great feedback on how to expand our brand. Midwest One Bank has been great, and with the recent uncertain times, we got through it, thanks to Midwest One Bank.
Midwest One Bank. Simply better banking. Member FDIC, Equal Housing Lender.
You're listening to healthy coverage of the Iowa Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark for coverage you can count on. Find your plan at wellmark.com. This is the University of Iowa Healthcare Halftime Show. University of Iowa Healthcare. Changing medicine, changing lives.
Everybody taking a deep breath here at halftime. Iowa and Florida. Top seed Florida, 9 seed Iowa leads the Gators 33-31 at halftime. The Hawkeyes led by as many as 10. There have been 3 lead changes and 3 ties, but the Hawks held the lead for 13 of the 20 minutes in the first half and lead 33-31, and a beautiful drive, spin drive, a little pop fly jump shot in the lane by Cale Combs as the half was about to expire. Our halftime coverage is brought to you by University of Iowa Healthcare, here for you no matter where you are in the state. Changing medicine and changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. Let's check the Hy-Vee halftime stat recap. Hy-Vee, the official grocery partner of Hawkeye basketball. Get grad party ready, Hawk fans. Hy-Vee makes planning easy with convenient catering options, party trays, desserts, drinks, and all the essentials you need to celebrate your graduate. No extra stops, no extra stress. Shop online at Hy-Vee.com today. First half scoring, the Hawks led by Tavion Banks. He is an absolute monster getting after those Florida bigs, driving right at him in the first half, drew a ton of fouls, made 4 of 7 from the free throw line, hit 5 field goals in 8 tries, 14 first half points. Bennett Sturtz had a couple early field goals, has 6 for the first half, 7 for Al Folgaris off the bench. Al has 7 points in 9 minutes play and has made all 4 of his free throw attempts. For the Florida Gators, leading scorer in the first half is Xavion Lee. He's got 10, 4 out of 7 from the field. Alex Condon is next with 7, as is Boogie Flan. He had a late field goal to tie the game at 31. He's got 7 in the first half. It's been both teams' defense that has really kept the other in check for most of the half, especially Iowa's defense. Florida, who scored 114 points, shot 75% in the first half against Prairie View Friday night, and 50 late high 50s for the game. 10 of 27 in the first half for 37% by the Gators, and 3 of 11 from distance. The Hawks 48%. Iowa sank 12 of 25 from the field, just 1 3 though in 11 tries. Turnovers, not a big factor. Both teams with 7, each team with 6 points off turnovers. Iowa has 6 more paint scores, see Tavian Banks, and Iowa's bench has outscored the Gators 9-3. So the Hawks are doing 90% of the categories and attempts and things right. They just need to shoot a better percentage in that second half, and they can get out of here with a huge upset. Iowa leading 33-31 at the half. Iowa's led by as many as 10. The Gators led by 4 early. And those 3 ties and 3 lead changes, that's been it. The Hawks have been in command, been in control for most of the half. More of the same, please, in the second half. You know, that first 4 minutes script in the second half is going to be critical for both teams. That's our Hy-Vee halftime stat recap, courtesy of Hy-Vee. We're back with more halftime coverage, courtesy of the University of Iowa Healthcare, with Iowa leading the Gators 33-31 at intermission. From Tampa, this is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients. It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Life moves fast. Quickstar keeps up. Whether it's fresh coffee, a delicious bakery treat, or our take-home meals that make life easier, we've got everything you need right here, because your comfort and cravings deserve the best. And while you're fueling up with Quickstar's fully guaranteed gasoline, we've got great services like free ATMs and free air. We're all about saving you time, money, and making your life easy. Quickstar's here for you whenever you need us.
You're a Hawkeye. You named your dog Kinnick and your cat Herky. Your morning alarm is back in black. Yep, you're a Hawkeye. And now it pays to be a Hawkeye with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice Credit Union. Low fees and great perks. Plus Iowa exclusives like your choice of a Hawkeye-powered Visa debit card, Iowa merchandise, and exclusive giveaways. You've spent more time at Finkbine than you have at your office, so we know you're a Hawkeye. Now make it pay with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice. Learn more at hawkeyeaccount.com.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
Hawkeye Basketball on 1040 WHO is brought to you by Quickstar, Better Business Bureau, Lennox, American Equity, Tournament Club of Iowa, Big Grove, Oak Knoll, U.S. Cellular.
This copyrighted broadcast is an exclusive presentation of Learfield under the broadcasting rights granted by the University of Iowa. Reuse of this presentation is prohibited without the expressed written consent of the university and Learfield. Announcers are provided by Learfield and approved by the university.
Carried off and Bobby Hansen. He's off to the Iowa locker room to talk with the Hawkeye assistant coach, Coach Barnwell, on that first half. He had the scout on tonight's game, and man, is that scout working to near perfection. Iowa 33, Florida 31 at halftime. The 9 seed leading the number 1 seed, Florida Gators, but just by 2 points. Rest of the scoreboard update is sponsored by Community Choice Credit Union. High fees, unfair charges, no early paydays. Well, no bank you. Become an unbanker at Community Choice Credit Union. Here's the way the other regionals laid out or are laying out around the country today. 4-seed Kansas, I guess you could call that a mild upset. 5-seed St. John's a winner over the Jayhawks by 2, 67-65. So Rick Pitino knocks off Bill Self in Kansas. Still to come tonight, UCLA and 2-seed Connecticut. Big Ten team advanced to the Sweet 16. Earlier today, Purdue 79, Miami 69. And, of course, the big news for our audience is the 2-seed Iowa State Cyclones destroyed Kentucky, especially in the second half. And the Cyclones win at 82-63 over the Kentucky Wildcats. Congrats to TJ Otzelberger and the Cyclones, who played without Joshua Jefferson. So big win for Iowa State. They're headed to Chicago in the Sweet 16. Later, actually going on right now, Tennessee has the lead late on Virginia, but it's tight. 70-68 Volunteers over the Cavaliers with 2 minutes to play in that Midwest region semifinal, with a trip to the Sweet 16 in order. Texas Tech and Alabama will play right here tonight after the Iowa and Florida game concludes. And Arizona is out to an early 7-2 lead. 1-seed Arizona leading Utah State 7-2, just underway in that regional. That's our scoreboard update brought to you by Community Choice Credit Union. Well, let's give you a couple more scores. Of course, the Hawkeye women play tomorrow. They'll take on Virginia at Carver Hawkeye Arena. That's an early afternoon start. Temperature should cool down inside the building. No 90-degree temperatures predicted. So get out there and support Coach Jensen and the Hawkeyes. In softball, Minnesota shut out the Hawkeyes 1-0. Iowa will host St. Thomas on Tuesday. Baseball, the Hawkeyes, Game 1, Michigan State, a winner 15-5. That was Friday. The Hawks win Game 2 yesterday 8-3. And we haven't gotten a final yet on today's game. Up next, though, the Hawks will be at Illinois State on Tuesday. That's our Community Choice Credit Union scoreboard update. Here at the half, the Hawks hanging on to a 33-31 lead over the top seed Florida Gators. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
At MidAmerican Energy, our 1.6 million customers depend on our energy 24/7. That's why we work 24/7 to deliver the safe, reliable energy you need. To keep our 99.9% reliability record, we're enhancing our technology, improving resiliency, and investing in critical infrastructure. We're generating power from all available resources to cover any increases in demand. And we're innovating to ensure you always have the energy you need. MidAmerican Energy, obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
Hawkeye Nation, here's something big. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. That means Iowa fans are now on America's largest 5G network, bringing even more strength and coverage to every game day and every day. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're proud to power every call, every post, every celebration. U.S. Cellular and T-Mobile, better together.
Cancer doesn't care. It doesn't care what you look like, how old you are, what you do, or where you live. We do. University of Iowa Healthcare is doing more to beat cancer than anyone in the state. From second opinions to life-saving treatments that happen here first. We lead the way in research, training, and care because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Iowa leading 33-31 over the Florida Gators here at halftime. About 5 minutes away from the start of the second period. And if it's as physical and as loud as it was in the first half, we're headed for quite a finish. Let's look at the charity stripe recap courtesy of Latham Seeds, Great Southern Bank, and EMC Insurance. Donating to the American Cancer Society for every free throw this season. The Hawks were 8 for 12 in the first half, 67%. Florida, 8 of 10 for an even 80%. That's our first half charity stripe recap. Brought to you by Latham Seeds, EMC Insurance, and the Great Southern Bank. Bobby Hansen has Coach Luke Barnwell in the Hawkeye Tunnel near the locker room when we come back and before we go to the second half. Hawks by 2 at the break here over Florida. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Hello, Iowa. Here's a promise. Wherever you are in this great state, University of Iowa Healthcare is here for you, even if you never walk through our doors. Educating, caring, leading research, sharing our expertise with all. Because we believe that UI Healthcare is here to make all of Iowa better. UI Healthcare, changing medicine, changing lives. Visit uihealthcare.org.
Want all the benefits of a new Honda for a fraction of the price? It's not a dream. It's a dream deal. Get 0.99% APR financing on certified pre-owned Honda Civics, HRVs, CRVs, and Passports. Backed by Honda's 7-year, 100,000-mile warranty. Every certified pre-owned Honda goes through a 182-point inspection and is reconditioned like new. To get 0.99% financing on certified pre-owned Hondas, search your local Honda dealer today. See dealer for financing details for well-qualified buyers. Offer ends 4/30/26.
Dives for lunch.
The Juicy Lucy. Essentially, it's a burger, but with cheese on the inside.
James Beard Award winners for dinner.
French technique, but Midwestern ingredients. It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Can you think of anything that costs the same today as it did 10 years ago? There isn't much. That is, unless you're a Mid-American Energy customer. Thanks to all the renewable energy we're generating, our customers pay nearly the same rate for electricity today as they did back when we were all singing, "Call Me Maybe." And with Mid-American making even more investments in clean energy, you can count on enjoying those same affordable rates for the next decade. Now that's obsessively, relentlessly at your service.
(33-31) Iowa by 2 over the Florida Gators at the break. Now, which offense is going to solve the other's defense in the second half? 48% shooting for Iowa in the first half. 37% that Iowa defense really locked up that vaunted Gator offense, averaging 85 points a game. Iowa's held all but 3 opponents under their season's average, scoring average this season, and they're getting it done again tonight. But we got 20 minutes to go. Let's go across the court to Bobby Hansen with Hawkeye assistant coach Luke Barnwell on the first half. He's got the scout, brought to you by John Deere.
Coach, terrific first half. You guys took the fight right to these. Your thoughts on the first half?
Yeah, I thought we obviously got up to that 10-point lead there, and I thought our shrink, our aggression and ball screen coverage was really good. The longer the half went out, the more spread out we got. The more that they found those pockets, or we let Boogie get downhill a couple times, that we can't allow those things to happen to if we're going to finish and win this game.
Yeah, what do you tell the guys here what's going to happen here at the start of the second half?
Got to get back to our shrink, got to get back to aggressive coverage and impacting the ball, and then we got to put more pressure on those bigs when they're up there at the top of the key trying to throw that high-low pass and alleviate some of that pressure around the rim by pressuring the ball on the perimeter.
20 minutes to the Sweet 16. Is that a message?
See if we can find a way to get it done.
Okay, thanks, Coach.
There's a head coach in waiting right there, Luke Barnwell. He was on the Texas Tech staff a year ago when they had a 9-point lead on Florida at the under-4 TV timeout and gave it away. And, didn't give it away. Florida took it, but Luke still remembers that. He's at Iowa now, and his homework's pretty good so far, Bobby.
Oh, absolutely. Great scout. And you can see that they're not real concerned with the three-point line for Florida. The guys that they want them to take the shot are Hawk there, Thomas Hawk. It doesn't bother him. Condon every now and then, but you just don't want to let off the bench Klausar take a three or Xavion Lee.
Hawks need, speaking of three-point shooters, Hawks need to find a way to Screen up for Cooper Koch and Bennett Sturtz. That's easier said than done with that Florida D. But thanks to Luke Barnwell, Bobby Hansen, our halftime visit comes your way each and every game night by courtesy of the Iowa John Deere dealers. Sinclair Tractor, Bodensteiner Implement, Van Wall Equipment, P&K Midwest, and KC Nielsen, with a reach all the way across Iowa and the Midwest. Your John Deere dealers appreciate your service and your support and buying that beautiful green and gold. And we appreciate the Hawks do John Deere support all season long, because nothing runs like a deer. Nothing runs like a deer. Second half upcoming here as we get set to go. Iowa 33, Florida 31. Buckle up. Strap that shoulder harness a little tighter. I'll give the officials credit, Bobby. Things have settled down since Fulgaris and Condon went to the floor at the 8.5-minute mark of the first half, neither willing to give up the basketball. You know, the Spaniard, Al Fulgaris, I said, you know, your attitude reminds me a lot of Sevi Ballesteros. He goes, who? I forget there's quite an age difference between that Spaniard and this one, and Sevi didn't like anybody when he was between the ropes. Competitors, fans, just leave me alone. I'm focused on winning majors, and he did that, including at Augusta. And Al's got a little Sergio Garcia in him too, huh?
That's what we love about Al. We
absolutely.
love that intensity that he brings.
Hawks send out Cale Combs, Bennett Sturtz, Cam Manyow, Tavion Banks.
What a first half for Tavion. 14 points to lead the Hawkeyes. How many rebounds do you have? 4. 14 and 4.
Cooper Koch will inbound as the Hawks get the ball to start the second half. And an important possession. First 4 minutes of the second half are always big in a game like this, aren't they?
It really is. You got to set the tone early. And you know, these guys, Florida, are going to come out and try to get after you physically, so the Hawks just keep bringing the fight to them.
Alex Condon, Thomas Houck, Xavion Lee, Boogie Flan, and Ruben Chinyulu for the Gators. Here we go. Second half underway. Hawks perimeter passing, screening, cross-court feed to Manyow. Here's Sturtz inside to Banks. Tavion up with a shot, and he draws the foul on Chinyulu.
Number 3.
Second half, same as the first. Go right after the bigs.
Go right at him. Get him out of the game. Golden's going to leave him in there, but I'd go right back at him next time down. Again, nice design play by the Hawkeye coaching staff coming out of the timeout, coming out of the halftime.
Tavion Banks inviting contact, gets a 2-shot foul, and he misses the first. The Hawks have got to make their free throws. 8 of 13. Tavion struggling. He's 4 of 8.
Normally an automatic free throw shooter.
Very good free throw shooter. Makes the second one. He'll settle down. I just read his lips as he's backing down the floor. Damn.
Need that.
He'll get it together. Here's Condon for Florida. Iowa's lead is 3. And a backdoor cut and an easy layup for Xavion Lee. Left Cale Combs in his wake. Iowa's lead cut to 1, 34-33. Koch, straight line pass to Manyow. Sturtz pass to Cale Combs. Deflected away by Lee. But Bennett Sturtz runs it back. Runs it down in the backcourt. Here's Combs, around a screen to Banks. He drives into Condon. Drop step, nothing there, and throws it away. Flan with a steal. Hustles into the front court. Sturtz right with him. 1 minute gone, second half. Hawks fumbling the ball and giving it away. Here's Condon to Houck. Florida shoots for the lead. Houck backs in on the dribble to Condon on the wing. Here's Lee. Combs has him covered up. 10 to shoot. Lee, a step back 3, lobs it up there, no good. Rebound to Koch, good defense. Throws ahead for Combs, layup good. Cooper Koch, great vision, found Combs streaking to the other end for a layup.
Good defense by the Hawkeyes. Tavion Lee fell down after he shot that, left the backcourt wide open, easy layup. Cale Combs.
Iowa back in front by 3. Condon, high post left, bangs into Koch with the dribble. Now spins to the baseline, lost the ball. Sturtz knocks it away, then Koch knocks it away, and it's out of bounds as they doubled up on the 6'11 junior star from Perth, Australia.
He didn't know where the Hawks were coming from on that possession. They were coming from everywhere.
Hawks swooping in with the claws extended. Florida will have 12 in the shot clock. They have to bring it in from deep in their own corner. They throw it in the backcourt for Flan. He looks like he wants to take Sturts off the dribble. They screen for him. No shot. Condon drives inside and scores off glass. Boy, that's what he does.
The straight line drive with the right hand. The Hawks gave him some defense up there. Just made a nice layup.
36-35, Iowa's lead. Cut back to 1. Played 2 minutes here in the second half. Combs, a crossover dribble, gets a screen from Banks. Right back to Tavian. Now to Bennett Sturts. Passes up the 3. Goes baseline. Manya with a reverse hook layup. Puts Iowa back up 3.
Just living on that baseline there in the short corner. Bennett Sturts finds him with a pretty drop pass into the pocket there. Basket for the Hawks.
Jake Diebler, the Ohio State coach, told us earlier in the year he's never seen a better pocket passer than Bennett Sturts, and you just saw why. Florida trying to find a shot. 10 seconds on the gun clock. Lee drives a pass to Houck, left wing. He drives inside, misses the runner off the glass, but contact and a foul on Iowa. They're going to get Tavian Banks with the personal. And thankfully, that's just his first. Manyow's out there playing with 2. And Houck at the line. Thomas Houck, a 6'9 junior from Pennsylvania. First free throw is up and good. Tried to crawl off the front of the rim, but slid back down through. Houck 77%. He's as good as they have on the team. He's made all 5 of his free throws. Chinyulu comes out of the game. And they just replace him with another 6'10 giant in Micah Hanlogden. He's 7'1". Second free throw good. 1 point game again. Iowa 38. The Gators 37. Manyow leaves it for Sturts. Now to Combs. Combs around a Banks screen. Throws to the wing to Manyow. Banks out top. Here's Cale Combs. Gets into the paint. To Banks. Straight on 3. Good. Cale Combs made it happen. Gave Banks the chance for a wide open look with his ball handling and dish.
18 points now. First 3-point field goal made by Tavion Banks. He leads the Hawks.
Iowa's second 3-point goal in 12 tries tonight. Iowa up 4. Boogie Flan around a screen. Backs a dribble out left wing. High post right for Condon. Picked up by Cooper Koch. Got to help him when he drives inside. Here's Lee. Thought about a 3. Hook pass inside to Condon. Shot up no good. But a foul called, and if that's on Manyow, that's his 3rd. Oh, they're calling everything now.
Oh, yeah.
Not going to be like the first half. Fulgaris will come back in for Iowa. Condon's back at the line to shoot 2 more. 10 of 12 is Florida from the foul line. Condon shot 4, made 3. Hawks are 9 of 14 from the stripe. Free throw, no good. Oh, he was really tenuous on that shot put. Fulgaris back into the game. Manyow will come out. 16:28 to play. Hawks hanging on to the lead, 41-37. Big 3-point goal by Banks. He's having himself a night. Second free throw. That's way off. Tip up, no good. Oh, boy, that was close. Hanlogden at 7'1" got a hand on it, but Fulgaris brings it out of the crowd. 16:20 to play. Hawks have survived this first 4 minutes and extended the lead from 2 to 4. Combs chases Cooper Koch to the corner. Combs directing traffic. Screen by Banks. Combs jump passes to Koch on the wing. Here comes a 3. Good by Cooper Koch. Cale Combs. He's got eyes in his ears.
Yeah, he really does, Derek Gary. And the Hawks just patient on the offensive end, made the defense work, and then found Cooper Koch wide open left wing.
Back-to-back threes, a 6-0 run for the Hawks, and here's a charge on Condon. And the Hawks are gaining slowly. A barrel full of momentum. Timeout on the floor, 15:47 to go. Iowa 44, Florida 37. This is Hawkeye basketball, presented by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Despite the unshakable Iowa-Corn Cy-Hawk rivalry, there is one thing Iowa State and University of Iowa fans can both agree on. Getting hyped for Unleaded 88. It's cleaner burning and better for your engine, and it's cheaper than other fuel options, making Unleaded 88 the clear fuel choice. If Iowa Corn Cy-Hawk rivals can agree on it, you know it's worth the hype. So pump it up with Unleaded 88, grown by Iowa corn farmers.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Life moves fast. Quick Start keeps up. Whether it's fresh coffee, a bakery treat, or take-home meals that make life easier, we've got everything you need right here. While you're fueling up with our fully guaranteed gasoline, we've got great services like free ATMs and free air, always clean stores, clean restrooms, and a smile for your day. Hey, we're all about saving you time, money, and making life easier. Quick Star's here for you. Whenever you need us, we got you covered.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
Hawkeyes shooting much better here at the start of the second half and have extended their 2-point intermission lead to 7, 44-37. And it comes on the strength of back-to-back threes by Banks and Koch. But those threes don't fall if it's not for Cale Combs, Bobby.
Yeah, he's been masterful in this game, Gary. Just under control. He's got the quickness to match with the Florida guard, so takes that ball handling pressure off of Bennett Sturts as he's being guarded, as soon as he crosses half court there. So everybody's contributing in the right way here in tonight's game.
Hawks have outscored the Gators 11-6 in the first 4.5 minutes of this second period. Iowa hit all 4 of its field goal attempts, Florida 2 out of 3. And Condon has just picked up his 3rd foul, but he's going to stay in the game. At least I thought he had 3. Let me double check.
He does. With the technical.
3 personals. That's right, the technical he and Fulgaris picked up midway through the first half. Iowa basketball after the Condon foul. And Sturts works the dribble up the floor on Boogie Flan. A lob left wing for Koch. Hawk all over him. They don't want Koch to get going from distance. Here's Bennett. Hook pass to the top of the circle, and Fulgaris, who drives inside, scores off glass, took it right at Condon and knocked it in off the window. And the Hawks have matched, well, not quite, 46-37. They're up 9. They've led by as many as 10. Now Condon's got to be a little bit more careful here with the ball driving to the basket with those 3 personals. Here's Xavion Lee to Condon. He takes it in left of the wing, jump hook up and good. 15 minutes to play. 8-0 run by Iowa now ended. The Hawkeye lead is 46-39. Sturts for Combs. He has been the trigger man of this offense. Fulgaris, high bounce, waist high dribble, leaves it, or waits for Sturts to come get the basketball. Sets a screen for Bennett. Stop and go move. Left baseline, floater good from 17 feet. Here he comes.
Smooth that was. Just enticed the matchup, or a mismatch that he wanted, and got the big guy guarding him, and Bennett with a big-time step back.
48-39 Iowa. Condon has the pass knocked away. Banks steals it. Fulgaris brings it into the front court to Bennett Sturts to the wing and Banks. Cross court Koch. He's open for 3. Good! Curls it in, and the Hawks have their biggest lead at 51-39. Timeout Gators.
Yeah, they need that timeout. How about that shot right there? The Hawks just come out with incredible energy to start the second half.
Hawkeye basketball is sponsored by University of Iowa Healthcare. Here for you no matter where you are in the state. Changing medicine, changing lives for all of Iowa and beyond. Visit uihealthcare.org. With Combs at the trigger, the way Iowa is sharing the ball, with those quick line drive passes. They're turning the Gators inside out right now. It's a 13-2 run by the Hawks over the last 2:48 here in the second half. 14-11 to play in the game, and the Hawks are on top 51-39. This is Hawkeye basketball, presented by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
Hawkeye Nation, here's something big. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. That means Iowa fans are now on America's largest 5G network, bringing even more strength and coverage to every game day and every day. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're proud to power every call, every post, every celebration. U.S. Cellular and T-Mobile, better together.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
In football, champions execute flawless strategies. Your company's health plan should too. Aplos offers crystal clear costs, intelligent provider networks, same-day appointments, and embedded pharmacy savings. Help your team thrive. Discover your playbook at aplos.health.
Our mission at Oak Knoll is to provide exceptional retirement living and health services through Life Care. I'm Steve Rowe, CEO. We are a not-for-profit life plan community and have served the Iowa City area for 58 years. Oak Knoll is located near the University of Iowa Hospitals and Clinics, Kinnick Stadium, Carver Hawkeye Arena, Hancher Auditorium, and downtown Iowa City. Visit our website at oakknoll.com to learn more. We are a proud sponsor of Hawkeye Athletics. Go Hawks!
In Minnesota, we don't hide from winter. We embrace it. When there's a nip in the air, we take on the trails. For every layer you wear, there's a new experience waiting for you.
It's a little unbecoming to lick the bowl, but...
Plan your next trip at exploreminnesota.com.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
Hawkeye basketball presented by Midwest One Bank, combining sophisticated banking solutions and local expertise to deliver a custom financial strategy unique to your needs. Midwest One, small enough to care, big enough to deliver. Member FDIC. The Hawks have now put 4 3-point goals in the bank. The last 2 by Cooper Koch, and he's coming on as the Hawks have stretched the lead over the top-seeded Gators to 51-39. Here we go.
Here's a stat for you. The Hawks come out second half 7 out of 7 from the field.
Keep it perfect. Hauk with a pass for their best perimeter shooter, Urban Klavzar. And here's a reach-in foul called on, I believe, Cooper Koch. Went for the steal. The Hawks have been batting that ball around. It's 3 on Coop. So he's got to be careful. Manyow's on the bench with 3. Here's a standstill 3 on the way. Good by Hawk. Thomas Hawk. 33% from 3, and that one looked 100% all the way. So a 3 for the Gators. 51-42. Iowa's lead cut to 9. Banks for Fulgaris. Hawks have been surgeon-like precision in the half-court offense. 7 of 7, as you just heard Bobby say. Sturtz, step back 2, no good. Banks gets the rebound. Shot clock does not reset. Sturtz going to have to let it fly. He does. Almost banked it in. No good. Rebounded by Florida. Hawk quickly into the front court. Drives it to the right baseline all the way in. Gets a foul and misses the jump shot by Tavian Banks. That'll be his second. And free throws coming for Thomas Hawk, who's trying to take the game over for the Gators. 51-42 as Florida ramps up the man-to-man.
Coming out of that timeout, they're playing with renewed energy here. And that 3 by Hawk there earlier got him going here. And now he goes hard to the basket, fouled by Banks, I'm sorry. Second foul.
Tavian's second. Hawk has 9, and he's at the foul line to shoot 2. Makes the first. 4 quick ones for Hawk and Florida. 51-43. Iowa led by Banks, 18. Fulgaris has 9, 8 for Sturtz. Second free throw is good for Hawk. And just like that, it's a 7-point Iowa lead, 51-44. Here's a pass down the floor to Banks. Tries to up and under on Chinyulu. Can't get free of him, though. They get it to Sturts. Boogie Flan all over Bennett. Here's Cale Combs. Florida crowd back on its feet. Combs gets around Chinyulu off the glass and good. Drops down through. What a play by Combs. A double pump fake, and the big fella got off the floor, and Combs talked it in. Here's Houck deep into the paint. Oh my goodness, has the ball stripped, and they call a foul on Iowa.
Yeah, it looked like traveling though. He made that spin move, picked up the pivot foot, and Hawks are going to be whistled for a foul.
That is
Fulgaris.
Well, it looked like a clean swipe. And back at the line is Houck, who was all out of control. He was a mess, body control, and two Hawks converge on him, swipe the ball away, and they call a two-shot foul, not just a foul. Now the Hawks got to play through it. 53-44 Iowa. Free throws in and out by Hawk. Florida's been living at the foul line, 12 of 17, and still 12:38 to go in the game. Second free throw takes flight. This one's good. 53-46. Check that, 53-45. Iowa's lead is 8. Combs for Sturts. Florida with some full court pressure. Sturts directing traffic, hooks a pass right of the circle to Al Fulgaris. He turns the corner, gets inside, he's fouled, and two free throws coming for Al. Chinyulu not going to be able to stick with Fulgaris in a one-on-one matchup.
You can see that's the matchup that the Hawkeye coaching staff wanted out there. That's why they ran that play. Chinyulu chases Al all the way out to 30 feet, and Fulgaris just a good hard drive to the basket. Ends up at the free throw line.
That's the fourth foul on Chinyulu. So he's going to have to check to the bench. Condon comes back in. So they don't lose much there. Maybe some rebounding prowess. Condon not the bulk that Chinyulu has. Al calmly drops through two in a hurry. He's 6 for 6 from the foul line. Iowa's lead back to 10, 55-45, 12:15 to play in the game. Boogie Flan for Condon. Here's Klavzar, drives inside, shot up, no good, but he's fouled. Knocked to the floor. The Hawks are going to make sure that that thing didn't go in, so the foul is called on Alvaro, and that's 4 on him. So he will have to come out for Manuel. Cam has got, what, 3? 3 personals? Yes. So Cam's got to be a little more cautious. Urban Klavzar out of Slovenia. 10 points a game off the bench, a couple rebounds, free throw good, 91%. This is not the guy you want to put at the foul line. First free throw is good. 55-46 Hawkeyes. 12:05 to play. A berth in the Sweet 16 awaits the winner. Second free throw is good. 55-47. You got to think this is going to be a free throw parade the final 10 minutes. 16 fouls on Iowa, only 3 on Florida. Manuel for Sturts, Hawks in the front court. 14 to shoot. Here's Manuel on the wing. Back to Bennett. Sturts covered up by 6'10" Condon. He gets around him, throws to Koch in the corner, wide open look. He rushed that one, no good. And the rebound to Condon. Here come the Gators down the floor. Flan taps the brakes on the right wing, now puts the ball on the floor. Gets to the foul line to Condon, looking inside for Houck. And he's got Sturts on a switch, and another foul on Iowa. And Florida's in the one-on-one with 11:25 to play in the game. I don't know if they got that on Koch or Banks. Going to get Tavian Banks. He's got 3. Oh, boy. They are whistling Dixie here in the South as the Hawks have put the Gators in the bonus. 7th team foul, and still 11:25 to go. Well, Iowa's got to play clean from here on out. Florida will shoot more free throws. They've already been there 20 times. Hawkeye basketball is sponsored by Wimmers. At the game or at home, Wimmers premium quality hot dogs and sausages. Score big with family and friends. Take the highest quality beef and pork and combine it with natural spices. You get the best tasting Midwestern hot dog. Wimmers, the official hot dog of the Hawkeyes. This is Hawkeye basketball, presented all season long by Walmart Blue Cross, Blue Shield, and Learfield.
Save time when you shop online with Hy-Vee. Hy-Vee makes it easy to order groceries online through our app or Hy-Vee.com. Pickup is always free. And if you have a Perks Plus membership, you get free delivery and free express pickup. Shop online with Hy-Vee and you can create and save grocery lists, shop the sales, and get fuel savers. Talk about convenient. Order groceries online today. Check out Hy-Vee.com or download the Hy-Vee app.
You asked for all the extreme internet performance at an all-in price, and we listened. Get 1 gig internet with a 2-year price lock and everything included. Unlimited data for non-stop streaming, powerful Wi-Fi for enhanced coverage, built-in online threat protection, and internet equipment. All for just $65 a month for 2 years. It's the extreme 1 gig internet deal you asked for. Call 844-4FASTER or visit extreme.com for details. Offer available to new customers only. Price doesn't include one-time charges, tax, and government fees.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
American Equity salutes today's hero of the game, honoring those who serve at every Hawkeye game. Just as our veterans safeguard our freedom, American Equity helps protect your financial future. Named one of Newsweek's most trustworthy insurance companies in America 3 years in a row, American Equity delivers secure retirement income with the service you deserve. Join American Equity in honoring and thanking all who serve our country.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
More free throws coming for the Florida Gators. Welcome back to our coverage of second round of the NCAA Regional here in Tampa. For the home state Florida Gators, the top seed in the South, are in a battle for their lives. Condon at the foul line to shoot the 1-and-1. Iowa leading 55-47. With 11:25 to play. Iowa sends out Sturtz and Combs, Cooper Koch, Cam Manyow, and Isaiah Howard. First free throw is good by Condon. He's lived at the free throw line. 4 of 7. Makes the first, one more coming. Hawk is 9 of 10 at the charity stripe. Second free throw is good. And the Iowa lead 12 a couple minutes ago is down to 6. Florida pressing full court. Combs ahead to Isaiah Howard. Hawks get their ball handlers in there. Here's Koch. Drives at high post right for Sturtz. Out near the timeline. Bennett gets a screen from Manyow to Combs. 12 to shoot. Koch screens for Kale. He drives left wing. Can't find an opening. 5 to shoot. Combs will throw up a 3 that doesn't even draw iron, and poor possession for the Hawkeyes.
He was trying to draw a foul. Shot fake got him off balance, but the defender jumped away from Kale and had to throw it up there. The shot clock was winding down.
10:55 to go. Florida gets a stop. Now the Hawkeyes need one. Howard for Hawk. To Boogie Flan. Baseline feed, and Condon with a dunk. They spread the Hawkeyes out there. It's a 4-point Iowa lead, 55-51. Hawks got to weather this storm. And their All-American guard Sturtz with the basketball. Florida's known for comebacks. They're trying to do it again. Here's Combs. Crafty lefty. Leaves it for Manyow. Now to Sturtz. Back to Manyow on the give and go. Layup is no good. Manyow missed the layup. Didn't finish it off. A sure 2, and here's Florida back with a rebound. Houck with a shot fake, drives inside, shot up too hard, rebounded, tip up, no good, and it's out of bounds to Florida. It'll stay with the Gators. All that tall timber asserting itself here. Cam Manyow just patty caked the ball up there instead of going up and dunking it, or at least using it off the square. Here's a three, no good by Klevzar. Well, the Hawks dodge a bullet there when Koch rebounds. Urban Klevzar, their best three-point shooter, looked good all the way, but strong. Sturts back for Combs. 9:40 to play in the game. Here's Isaiah Howard. Koch with a shot fake from three. Now to Sturts, and he gets shoved off his spot by Xavion Lee. Fourth team foul on Florida. 9:36 to go. 6-0 run by Florida has cut that Iowa lead in half. More than that, from 12 to 8. 12 to 4. 55-51 Hawkeyes. Here's Koch. Pass fake, drives inside, leans in on Condon, misses the shot. Manyaw with a rebound up and in. Weak side put back by Manyaw. Koch created that log jam inside, and Manyaw finished it off. Iowa by 6. 57-51. Condon around a screen. Did I hear a whistle?
Oh.
No. Steal by Manyaw. Cam has one man to beat, and he lost the dribble out of bounds. It'll go back to Florida. Oh, Cam. I know what he was trying to do, but 6'9" muscle man tried to roar down floor with a dribble against two defenders.
A 1-on-2. He's got to stop it.
You could see disaster written all over that.
Stop and hold on to it.
I thought he was just going to pull up on the wing and wait for his teammates to come help him. 9:06 to go. 57-51. Turnover for the Hawkeyes. Well, get another stop. Here's Flan. Flash a double team at him. Condon doesn't take the three. Hands off to a teammate. Back to Condon. Just into the game, Isaiah Brown. Here's a drive and a score by Condon. He's been unstoppable. He wants the ball every possession now. 6'10", and can handle the basketball like that. Here's Manyaw from Sturts. Hawkeye lead back to 4, so points off turnovers hurt the Hawks there. That hasn't been a big factor tonight. Koch throws to Manyaw. He has it knocked away from behind. Looked like contact. 3 in transition. Good. (57-56). Iowa's lead down to 1. The Hawks' inability to convert in the offensive end. They're 6 of their last 8, Florida is, and they've roared back, taking advantage of Iowa missed shots from in close and a couple of big turnovers. And timeout asked for by the Hawks with 8:16 to go. They'll regroup. Florida back to within 1, 57-56. Let's pause 10 seconds for station identification. You're listening to Iowa Hawkeye basketball. Come back with us to Tampa in just a minute. South Regional second round game, a beauty. Iowa up 1, 57-56 on the top seeded Gators with a little over 8 minutes to play. This is Hawkeye basketball presented by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
You're a Hawkeye. You named your dog Kinnick and your cat Herky. Your morning alarm is back in black. Yep. You're a Hawkeye. And now it pays to be a Hawkeye with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice Credit Union. Low fees and great perks. Plus Iowa exclusives like your choice of a Hawkeye-powered Visa debit card, Iowa merchandise, and exclusive giveaways. You've spent more time at Finkbine than you have at your office, so we know you're a Hawkeye. Now make it pay with a Hawkeye account from Community Choice. Learn more at hawkeyeaccount.com.
This is healthy coverage of the Hawkeyes with Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield. Choose Wellmark and find your plan at wellmark.com. This is Hawkeye basketball from Learfield.
Everyone knows the BBB is the Better Business Bureau, but depending on what you need, it's the Better Plumber Bureau, the Better Auto Mechanic Bureau, the Better Accountant Bureau. That's because the BBB connects people with businesses they can trust. So think of the BBB as the better check that business out first so you don't get ripped off bureau. Be smart. Always look for the BBB seal because it's looking out for you. And find a better business anytime at bbb.org.
The silly moments, the proud moments, even the hard moments. They're what make life remarkable. And they're why Wellmark Blue Cross and Blue Shield is here for every moment. Committed to making healthcare better, more affordable, with more choices for care. And service and coverage that give you peace of mind no matter what comes your way. So you can show up for every tender moment, every brave moment, and every wouldn't miss it for the world moment, knowing that Blue is here for you. Go to Wellmark.com/every moment to find a plan right for you.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
Back to action we go. Iowa with the ball. Had a 12-point lead a few minutes ago. It's down to 1. Florida taking advantage of Hawkeye miscues and missed shots. 8 minutes to go. One of these teams gets a trip to Houston. Combs for the Hawkeyes. Top of the circle to Bennett Sturtz. He's been a marked man all night long. He's going to try and get around Flan. Can't do it. 8 to shoot. Now he gets around and Bennett to the basket, and he's fouled. Free throws coming. That was an ISO play for the All-American if ever I've seen one.
Yeah, it was. And Bennett knew exactly what to do with a guy guarding him tight like that. Just put your head down. Go to the basket. Nobody protecting the rim with Chin-Lu out of there. 2 free throws coming for Bennett.
Got 8 points. First free throw, no good. Oh, boy.
Knock it down.
85% on the year. Iowa 11 of 17 from the free throw line.
Need all the points we can get. Make one.
Makes the second one. Bennett's got 9 for the game. Iowa's lead is 2. 58-56. Now stops are needed. Hawk attacks, baseline dunk by the little used Isaiah Brown. Out of Orlando. 6-4, baseline cut. Ties the game at 58. And it's game on. 7.5 remaining. Sturtz chased by Flan. Both these teams have worked overtime man to man. Sturtz, a spot-on 3 is no good. Hard off the iron. Took a bat in the chops and no call. Here they come. And a dunk by Condon in transition, and Iowa has the lead back. First lead for Florida since 5 minutes into the game. Banks into the corner. Koch for 3. Good. Hawkeyes back up 1. 61-60. Timeout Iowa. Hawks are down to their last timeout. Bennett Sturtz telling the official, you did not see that poke in the face? Unbelievable.
Yep.
5 team fouls on Florida.
Big 3 by Cooper Koch in the right corner there.
That was huge.
3 made threes for Cooper in the second half.
It's pretty apparent what Florida's trying to do. They're trying to hurry the Hawkeyes up. And they're getting runouts off misses and turnovers. That's Iowa's first field goal in a while. But it's a big one. Cooper Koch has heated up. He's got 3 threes and 9 points. And the Hawks are back in front 61-60. Rebounds have even up. The Hawks had a decided advantage at halftime on this gigantic Florida, height-wise, this gigantic Florida team. 23-21. The Hawks have 2 more boards than do the Gators. And as you've heard all night long, it's a home crowd for Florida. Great atmosphere. A lot of physicality. And we got 6:45 to go.
And you know who they're going to go to. Number 21, Alex Condon.
Condon's the man. He's got 19. 15 for Lee with that big 3 a moment ago. Hawk has 12. Here's Lee. Jump passes to Hawk. He's going to throw up a standstill 3. It's good. Nobody came out to cover him. And Hawk, who's a capable 3-point shooter at 6'9", drains it. Florida back in front. 63-61. Tate Sage comes in for Iowa. He hands the ball off to Bennett Sturtz. 2-handed chest pass to Combs, now to Fulgaris, who can shoot the 3. He throws it inside to Koch, and he's fouled. That's 16 fouls on Florida. The next one will put the Hawks at the line for the remainder of the game. Iowa had Florida shooting the bonus with 11.5 to go in the game. Isaiah Brown picks up his second. 6:11 to go. Shot clock resets to 20. And it comes to Al Folgueras. Folgueras looks for an outlet. Finds Sturts along the sideline. 10 to shoot for the Hawkeyes. Down 2, 63-61. Sturts, step back three is strong, no good. Florida with a rebound. Here comes Lee racing down the floor. They love to get you up tempo with that fast break. Good ball handler Lee throws inside, knocked away from Condon, but right to a teammate. Hawk open for three, passes it up, drives in on Folgueras, shot up and good.
Back-to-back pass, it's Thomas Hawk. Taking it right to Alvaro.
He's got 15. Folgueras run into, no call. Here's a throw underneath to Koch. Cooper lobs to the wing and Combs. They bring it back out top, 65-61 Gators. They roared back from 12 down and have the lead. Sturts takes Lee off the dribble, misses the shot, but he'll get 2 free throws. They cleared it out for Bennett, and he'll be at the foul line to shoot a pair. 5:12 to play in the game.
That's what he's got to do every time down here. Make the defense make a decision on how they're going to guard him. Come with a double team, he'll pass it off for a triple or get all the way to the basket for a layup.
Free throws good by Bennett. 65-62 Florida. Chinyulu and Boogie Flan back in the game. Condon will come out for a couple minutes. He's exhausted. Should be the way he's working out there. Hawkeyes are led by Tavian Banks, 18, 11 for Folgueras. And now Bennett Sturts in double figures. He makes 2 free throws. He's got 10. And the Hawkeyes are back to within 2. 65-63 Florida. Hawks have got to get some stops here. Flan to Hawk, who's had the hot hand here lately. He stumbles into the lane, falls down, and no call. That's amazing. Hawks can't get to the loose ball. Florida does with 7 on the shot clock. Lee trying to work his way around Sage, kicks the ball away, gets it to Hawk. He forces up a 3, no good air ball, and the Hawks with a beautiful defensive set there. Get the rebound. Sturts. Iowa down 2, under 5 minutes to go. 65-63 Florida. Sturts going to take Plavzar off the dribble. A screen from Koch. 9 to shoot. Bennett can't find an opening. Koch with a catch. Koch with a 3. Good! Line drive it in. The tongue comes out. And the Hawks are back in front. 66-65.
What a big 3 by Cooper Koch. His 4th one of the half.
Hawk with the ball for the Gators. Guarded by Hawk. Or guarded by Koch, I should say. Almost threw it away. He wanted to pull up for a 3. And a foul called or a turnover. It's going to stay with Florida, they say. The official got rocked sideways as Koch reached in and knocked the ball away, and they're going to have, I think, to review this and see. I thought they were going to call a foul on Florida because Hawk was out of control. The ball hit the official in the face. He was standing out of bounds. So they've got to review this.
He had no idea.
No.
He had leather in his face.
These guys are working their tails off to keep this game under control. And now the official took a ball off his schnoz, and they're going to review to see who it touched last. Well, I can tell you it touched last. It touched the official. But he's in the field to play. Yep. But Florida, I think Hawk touched that before he knocked it into the official. We'll sort it out when we come back. 3 by Koch, his 4th of the night. He's got 12 points. Has Iowa in front 66-65 with 3:55 to go. This is Hawkeye basketball presented by Wellmark Blue Cross Blue Shield from Learfield.
Hi, I'm Gary Dolphin, and if you want your home to be exceptionally comfortable during these cold Iowa winters and hot, humid summers, you need to turn to Dave Lennox and your local Lennox home comfort specialist. Lennox has been serving Iowa consumers since 1895, when Dave Lennox built his first furnace in Marshalltown, and Lennox is still building its high-efficiency furnaces and air conditioners there today. For the best home comfort system you can buy, it's Lennox and your local Lennox dealer. Lennox and the Hawkeyes. Now there's a winning combination.
Hey fans, I know you'd do anything for a win on game day and an ice-cold Bud Light. Because whether you're tailgating in the parking lot or parked on the couch, sitting on your lucky stool at the bar, or standing in the fan section all game long, the clean, crisp taste of Bud Light turns a win into a win-win. And there's nothing easier to enjoy than that. Bud Light. Easy to drink, easy to enjoy. Enjoy responsibly. Anheuser-Busch Bud Light Beer, St. Louis, Missouri.
Hawkeye Nation, here's something big. U.S. Cellular is now part of T-Mobile. That means Iowa fans are now on America's largest 5G network, bringing even more strength and coverage to every game day and every day. As the official wireless partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes, we're proud to power every call, every post, every celebration. U.S. Cellular and T-Mobile, better together.
Midwest One Bank is the presenting sponsor of Hawkeye men's basketball.
The review is over, courtesy of Athletico Physical Therapy. And we think it's going to be Iowa's ball.
Yeah, I think they signaled it. Referee, he had no idea. He was trying to get out of the way of the basketball.
Yeah, Hawk was stumbling along the sideline. I think his shoulder, it hit the ball hit his shoulder and then hit the official who was standing out of bounds, hit him right in the face. So the official's okay. And it will be Iowa basketball inbounding in front of the Florida bench. So the Hawks get the turnover. Here's Tate Sage trying to work the dribble down the floor. Brings it across the timeline to Mannion. Iowa by one, 66-65. Every possession worth $1 million right here. Mannion to Bennett Sturtz. Been more active in the offensive end. He's a marked man tonight, as he is most nights. Here he is around Klavzar. Step back three on the way. Rims and comes out. And the rebound is fought for. And bodies are hitting the deck across the way in front of the Iowa bench. I think they get Boogie flanned for a trip on Cam Mannion, who was flying to the corner to try and pick it up.
Nobody went for the ball. Just hanging there in outer space.
Boy, Sturtz had a good look at that one, too, and took a lap around the iron and spun off. And Cam, his aggressiveness is getting him a couple free throws. A 1-and-1, I should say. Free throws up and well short. And now a foul on Banks.
Oh.
So he grabbed Condon. Grabbed his jersey. Tavian, I don't know if he thought he could get away with it. They wouldn't see it or not, but we're going to walk to the other end for more free throws.
Fourth foul on Banks.
Oh, boy, missed free throws have really hurt the Hawkeyes tonight. Now 14 of 21. And they missed the front of several 1-and-1s. Florida 17 of 22. Iowa 14 of 21. Iowa's lead is one, but Condon can give Florida the lead back. Free throws up and rims and comes out. And over the back is Hauck. And what's the call? They're getting Mannion for a foul. You got to be kidding me.
Yeah, down at the other end of the court there, Thomas Hauck was racing around. Him and Cam Mannion got locked up, and they're going to pick Mannion with the foul. His fourth. Wow.
What an incredibly bad call. We just looked at the review. Free throws good by Hauck. Mannion was establishing position for the rebound. Hauck goes over his back. Mannion ends up on the floor, and they call the foul on Mannion. Free throws good. Ties the game at 66. And Hauck, who's had a big second half, just unbelievable call. Second free throw is good. And Florida's back in front. 67-66. Now the Hawks have handled this press a lot better here of late. Sage into the front court to Mannion. Now to Koch. Back out front for Tate. And the freshman hands the ball off to Sturtz. 3:10 to play. Sturtz a screen from Koch. Gets the ball to Koch. Now back to Sturtz. Bennett backs the dribble out. And a long three. No good off the left of the iron. Banks with a rebound and a foul called on Lee of Florida. He throws his arms up in the air in bewilderment. Third foul on Lee, and the Hawks are right back at the foul line. Iowa's out rebounded the Gators 26-24. 2:57 to go. And Tavian with the 1-and-1. Free throw's no good. Rebounded by Hawk. 14 of 22 from the foul line. That's pressure. Now you got to get a stop, get a basket at the other end. Here's a lob inside to Condon. Shot up and good. Timeout, Florida. They just posted Condon down low on Cooper Koch. He's got 3 inches on him, lobbed him the ball, and you're only going to stop that play so many times. Florida calls timeout, 30-second timeout. Hawkeye basketball brought to you all season long by Iowa Corn and the Iowa Corn producers. In Iowa, we grow corn, but the truth is corn grows Iowa. That includes the fuel in our vehicles. So when you fill it up, pump it up with unleaded 88 and support Iowa's corn farmers. Hawkeyes are very good free throw shooting team all season long, but have struggled tonight in this sold out atmosphere at Benchmark International Arena in Tampa. And obviously a partisan crowd, really loud. And don't think these kids don't feel the pressure with what's on the line.
Some do, some don't, Gary. You know, the great
ones don't.
Nope, they just go out there calmly and get the job done.
Well, it's a 3-point Florida lead. The Hawks are 6 of 23 from 3. Florida has 6 threes and 17 tries. They've slowed the Hawkeye attack down with this full court press. So Iowa's going to have to find a way to get the ball into the front court. Fulgaris back in the game for Mannion. Bounce left wing for Fulgaris from Sturtz. Al looks for an outlet, gets it to Koch. Cooper wanted to go up for 3. Throws it back to Fulgaris. In the corner with 8 to shoot. He's banging into Hawk. Hits a beautifully cutting Banks, who dunks it through. Tavian took off from the top of the circle and a beautiful bounce pass by Fulgaris. A 1-point lead for Florida. We wind down to 2 minutes to go in regulation. Condon hands off to Lee. Lee all the way to the basket. Scores on a layup. The lane parted, and Lee, Iowa thought he was going to no-look pass it to the wing, and he went right to the basket. Laid it up and in. A 3-point Florida lead again. 71-68. Here's Fulgaris camped in the corner with the ball. Spins one way, comes back the other, gets the ball to Sturtz. Ball knocked away in heavy traffic by Condon, and Florida comes away with it. Big turnover by the Hawkeyes. Their 10th of the night. Florida's flipped it over 10 times. 1:22 to go. Florida will run the clock down with 13 to shoot. Leading by 3. Boogie Flang takes the dribble right side, goes inside, and the ball is out of bounds, staying with Florida. They're checking to see if Iowa wants to review. They want to review. I didn't see anybody reach up for Iowa and touch the ball.
Iowa with that final timeout.
Athletico Physical Therapy brings you this review. All plays under review are brought to you by Athletico Physical Therapy. You don't need a jersey to move with purpose or permission to take your healing seriously. At Athletico, recovery fuels what's possible. Move like you mean it. Schedule your free assessment at Athletico.com, a proud partner of the Iowa Hawkeyes. Both these teams are going to need some physical therapy after this one. It has been an all-out slugfest. We're looking at the review. I thought Boogie Fland just lost the ball as he was going up.
Obvious.
Cooper Koch reached in there and slapped at it.
What don't they see in real time, I wonder?
I don't know. Unless they thought Koch got his hand on that Wilson leather. We're looking at it again. No, he's still got his hands on the ball, though, even if Koch touched it.
Still trying to get the shot up.
They have missed on a number of initial calls tonight, but that's why review is in play. This should be Iowa ball with 1:10 to go. And Iowa down 71-68. If you're joining us late, boy, have you missed a good one. Hawks led by as many as 12 in both halves. But Florida, they're not the number one seed because they drew that number out of a hat. The Gators, winners of the Southeastern Conference regular season championship, got bumped off in the run for the SEC title in the tournament by Vanderbilt, who got the automatic bid. Vanderbilt's outstanding. And they've been destroying more people than not since they started out 5-4 and then have won 18 of their last 20, including an opening round win over Prairie View, 114-55 on Friday night. The Hawks dispatched Clemson and trying to pull the upset of the tournament right here with 1:10 to go. There's 3 seconds on the shot clock. I just don't understand what is taking so long on this review. That's what worries me. They still haven't made a decision. It is going to be Iowa ball. They have made a decision. I think they're just checking the clock to see.
It is successful. It will be Iowa.
So the Hawks keep that timeout, which is critical. Yeah. 71-68. You know, Ben McCullum has drawn up a 3 look here.
Got to handle full court pressure once again.
For Koch or Sturtz. Cale Combs gets it into Tavian Banks. Florida backs off. And Combs into the front court. Now they're going to guard that 3-point line. Bennett around Fland, gets into the paint all the way to the basket. Jump shot good in the lane by Sturtz. All-American moves by Sturtz. He's got 11. 1-point game. 55 seconds to go in regulation. Hawk hands off to Lee. 20 on the shot clock. 46 on the game clock. Here's Condon. Turns the corner on Fulgaris. Fulgaris knocks the ball away. Condon gets it back along the sideline. Hawk a step back 3. That's way short. Way short. And the Hawks don't go get the ball. It's off of Combs, out of bounds. Now it's an air ball, so the shot clock does not reset. You could see Hawks' shot was not going to draw iron. And the Hawks couldn't get to the 50-50 ball. And Florida throws it off of Combs. Here's Hawk for 3. No good. Koch with a rebound. Koch with the board. Hawks down 1. 25 seconds to go. Shot clock's off. Sturtz, ISO, one-on-one with Fland, takes it inside, shot fake up, no good, rebounded Florida.
Fouling.
And the Hawks commit the foul with 9 seconds to go. Well,
spread the court. Yeah, spread the court, put the ball in the hands of your All-American.
No doubt.
Tried to make a play and could have called a foul there, but.
Yeah, that's tough to do in that situation, and Boogie Fland, give him credit. He didn't take either fake and had his paw right in Bennett's face. Now Isaiah Brown, who got the rebound, is at the line to shoot 2, and he's 74% on the year. 8.9 to go. 71-70 Florida. Free throw, no good. Crawls off the right of the iron. Oh, the pressure of the NCAA tournament. Unbelievable.
Everybody here holding their breath, Gary.
Including the announce team. 8.9 to go.
Miss. Come on.
Brown can give Florida a 2-point lead at best. Second free throw is good. Timeout, Florida. That's the final TO for the Gators. We'll keep it right here. Hawkeye basketball. Brought to you all season long by a Midwest One Bank. Wimmers, Iowa Corn, and Remax. So this will be a full timeout. Let's get a scoreboard update while we have time, courtesy of Community Choice Credit Union, the other regionals around college basketball. Here at 72-70 Florida, 8.9 to go. Game still in progress. Arizona leads Utah State by 8 early in the second half. UCLA up 2 on UConn 8 minutes into that game. Texas and Alabama will follow our game here in Tampa. Purdue beat Miami by 10. Iowa State throttled Kentucky by 19. Tennessee goes to the Sweet 16 after a 7-point win over Virginia. And St. John's edged Kansas 67-65. The scoreboard update brought to you by Community Choice Credit Union. Does your bank treat you right? Tell them no bank you. If not, and become an unbanker at Community Choice Credit Union. Tate Sage re-enters. Fulgaris follows him onto the floor with Koch, Sturtz, and Banks. So Ben McCullum has his 3-point shooters on the floor, Bobby.
Yeah, he certainly does, Gary. And the Hawks have one timeout should they get down 4 or 5 seconds into this, 8 seconds left. They don't have anything you can call another one.
A 2 will tie it and get it to overtime. A 3 could win it.
Put the ball in the hands of Bennett and let him go.
Full court pressure. Koch gets it into Sturtz. To Al Fulgaris for 3 in the lead. Good! Good with 3.9 to go.
No timeout.
Florida's out of timeouts. Iowa will use its last timeout. Olay, the Spaniard. Pointing to the scoreboard, but get to the huddle, Al. There's 4 seconds left to go in the game. Fulgaris.
What a play. Nobody guards him in the right corner here. Bennett finds him.
Everybody in the building thought Sturtz or Koch was going to take the 3. How about Koch? He runs the baseline, gets a beautiful pinpoint pass into an already moving Bennett Sturtz to the other end of the floor. They got it into the front court, and nobody near Fulgaris, and he line drives the 3 in. Now they put a half a second back on the clock, so Florida's going to have a look to win it. 73-72 Iowa. 4.5, not 3.9, 4.5 to play. Everybody on their feet. It's sold out. Benchmark International Arena. Now they still show Iowa with 1 timeout left. And that's been hanging on the scoreboard for a while.
Doesn't matter here. They have the basketball.
And they have no timeouts left.
Plenty of time.
So what do you do defensively?
You just stay solid, Gary. You keep the ball in front of you. Keep it in the backcourt. Don't let them throw it over the top.
Condon, Flan, Lee, Isaiah Brown, and Houck on the floor.
Probably going to be Lee going up for the head of steam, coming around, just going to go hard to the basket.
Ben McCullum saw what Florida was trying to do offensively, so he calls timeout. So the Hawks apparently had 2 timeouts left. And now they just used their last.
I think the last one was a review on the clock.
Oh, they got the timeout back? But they still had only 1 on the scoreboard. That's
no
doesn't matter.
Neither team has any
doesn't matter.
left.
Everybody's empty on timeouts. We're empty on gas. The crowd is exasperated. Al Fulgaris
calmly drains a 3 from the right corner.
No hesitation. Well, this guy's played in the world tournaments, U18, U16, U14. Great soccer player in high school in Spain.
With mother here in attendance.
Mom is here from Spain. And he laid that one in. That was a Sergio Garcia 4-iron.
That was a 35-foot eagle putt.
Eagle putt. Let's hope for the win. but 4.5, that's an eternity. And two coaches, Todd Golden and Ben McCullum, who have left it all out there on the bench while the players have left it all out there on the floor. Now they had Isaiah Brown lined up to throw it in. Now they're going to go with Condon. Lee, Flan, Hauk. They've got their three-point shooter in the game, Kazar. Here comes Lee across the timeline. Drives around his man, in for the basket. No! Game's over! Game's over! Lee drove all the way down the floor, and they tried a wraparound pass. I thought he could have had the layup. Tried to wraparound pass to a cutting Thomas Hauk in the lane and backed the hearse up to the Florida driveway. The number 1 seed has been upset by the Iowa Hawkeyes.
On to Houston.
73-72. And in the words of Dean Martin, we're going to Becatua, Houston. The Hawkeyes are headed to the Lone Star State for the Sweet 16, the first since 1999.
Win and advance.
Just win, baby. Who said that? Just win, baby. It doesn't matter.